Yo, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good day, good whatever, man. It's your boys, the good boys, 10 Cents Podcast back, and we are live for the Father's Day special. This is episode 59. I'm your gracious host, Rick Rob. First and foremost, happy Father's Day, gentlemen. To those
Happy
that
Father's Day.
have kids they know about, and to those that don't, they'll come, don't worry about it. Happy Father's Day to each and every one of you. I salute you. Everybody that's not here, I salute y'all. Let's see who is on. My man Luda. How you living, Ken?
What's up? What's up, everybody? Happy Father's Day to everybody out there in podcast land and the crew. I'm the only fatherless one here, which is either a plus. But just want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day out there. This is Luda with the crew, because this is how we do when we do what we do.
That was weird. You're the only fatherless one.
Well, I'm the kidless one. I apologize.
Yeah, because I don't know how you got here without a father.
maybe Gabo, can you help us
Immaculate.
out?
Yeah, I got a small point of contention here.
I meant I don't have any kids. Fuck you.
That's true. You could have been anyway.
Hey, your niece is on the camera, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
Sorry, mama. Sorry, mama.
Yeah,
She can't hear you because she doesn't have the headphones.
No.
there it is.
Okay, making a
Gabo,
motherfucker feel guilty.
How are you doing? We see you got your beautiful daughter here. What's happening?
Yeah,
Thank
Baba,
you,
how'd you
thank
get here
you.
without
Yeah,
a father, man? Explain yourself to us.
Well, he doesn't have a father, but I do.
Damn.
Strange
And
science.
happy Father's Day to everyone out there in podcast land. This is one of the reasons why I'm a father. So just wanted to say hi to everybody.
Yeah, what's up?
Eddie
Oh, look.
Peasy.
Yes.
Oh, look, we got a late edition. What's up? Look at that smile. She is too pretty. All right.
Don't get weird,
my
Hey,
man,
Rick.
Katie
Last week you made it weird. Don't do a double up. Just stop right there. Some of your
What?
comments with the kids, man.
I don't remember what it was.
Oh, I should.
Oh, look who it is.
All right.
What up, players? Yeah, I'm the second semi-fatherless one, I guess. Piggyback off of Luda. Nah, man, I'm the second guy on this crew that they ain't got no kids. But like my boy Rick said, one day, God willing, I'll be blessed with one, too, maybe two, but definitely I'm gonna try to hold down one. In the meantime, I'm still be a good uncle to all y'all kids, man. And so shout out to all of y'all, and I'm just thankful to be here another week with your boys.
Show up in Arizona. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. Keep sending them checks. We appreciate that too. Hey, and when it's your time, man, all you gotta do is shoot and aim left. That's how it's like aim left.
I mean, you gotta call a boy though. You gotta call a boy when you do
That's
it.
how you get it done. You aim left.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
yo, fuck you. I ain't got no boys.
You didn't aim left in the
Hey man, what can we say? You know what I'm saying? You little spoon. You were destined for that life. You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess so, man.
All right. Hey, Eddie P, what's good, brother? Talk to us. Happy
What
Father's
on?
Day.
Happy Father's Day, guys. Happy Father's Day. Takes a man to sire a male lion. I
There
just
you
gotta
go.
say.
Talk that talk, P. Talk that talk, P.
Feeling good. Just getting adjusted to my new living quarters. Back on Parco.
Yes.
Hey,
I was a little late.
Back where it all started.
Back in the hood.
Back
Hey,
where
you
it
look a
all
little more
started.
radiant today. You look a little more radiant. You know, everything is good.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's good. Let's get it.
All right. And then since we're doing the brotherly thing, Renee, talk to us. How you living? Happy Father's
Living
Day.
good. Happy Father's Day to all you guys, man. And all you future ones coming up, hopefully.
Yeah.
You know, it may take a lion to sire a male, but I know when I'm old, my daughter's going to be taking care of me. Eddie?
That's the problem. Yeah, when you
It's
have,
gonna be
when you
ghost,
have
homie.
sons, yeah. You gotta have daughters to take care of you when you're old.
Got two
Yeah, I
daughters
gotta-
who going to take real good care of me. You know?
Be nice to your daughter-in-laws. I already got it planned out. Be nice to your daughter-in-laws.
Yeah, exactly.
And Renee, not to be the corrector in the group, but I think ADP said it takes a man to sire a lion. So
Whatever.
your version was it takes a lion to sire a male, but
Yeah.
close
A
enough.
lot of corrections this morning. A lot of
I mean, it's
corrections.
good.
this morning.
That's your ADP, man.
Hey, you know
I listen
what?
to you're saying.
I hate that line
Thank you,
anyways.
KD.
I ain't got a son. What do you want me to say? I'm a mess up for sure.
All right, and last but certainly not least, my man came out here to join me for the birthday week, which I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Mick, talk to the people.
Gentlemen, what's up? I'm on site Atlanta's hot. They talk about how Atlanta, whatever, dude. This might be the step right before hell here in Phoenix, dude. This shit is absolutely ridiculous. I don't recommend it for anyone. Rick, I don't know how you do it.
It's hot.
Hats off to you. Hats
Land
off.
of the Rising Sun or some shit like that, right?
Yo,
Anyway.
he sees there's fans on everywhere.
Man,
AC has been cranking 70 something, you know what
And
I'm
it's
saying?
still hot in there.
It's still hot in here. It is. I don't know. A lot of ice cubes. But all right,
wait.
Just one quick thing.
I got one quick thing too. I want to jump in.
All right, go for it.
Sorry, Bubbo. Real big shout out to my
thing.
boy Rick. His birthday's on, and 3 days from now, the 23rd.
Yeah.
Rick's always been holding
Happy
down the
birthday,
podcast
Rick.
for the squad. Our one of our best hosts and narrators of the show. Just want to say we appreciate you, man, and it's been a pleasure just being a part of your life and your life's journey, man. Shout out to you, your boy Rick
I
Rock.
appreciate y'all.
Heck yeah, we love you.
I appreciate
Happy birthday,
y'all.
Rick, man.
Happy birthday.
Color
Appreciate
pop.
y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Feliz
And one
cumpleaños.
quick shout out, to all the single moms out there. They're playing both roles.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day to you as well. I know my wife kind of does play both roles because I'm away a lot at work, but special shout out to my wife as well.
Yeah.
Well said, Bob.
Yeah, we see why Sadie's clinching. She's getting all the minutes she can.
Bob got a clock that ticks down. Like,
He already whispered, you got 5 minutes. Nah, man, much respect to anybody and everybody out there playing both roles. Dads out there doing their thing, man. It's all love all the time. Let's get into the first quarter here, shall we? NBA playoffs, and my God, the field is set -1, which will be set by the end of today, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
So
Might be
let's talk about it. Let's start with last night. Nets Bucks. I mean, shit. I said the Bucks had nothing for the Nets.
You was wrong.
I was wrong. Fuck it. I'll own it.
Go Giannis.
I thought the
Best
same
player in
thing.
the league.
I thought the same thing.
Best player in the league, Giannis.
You always trolling.
Back MVP, right?
The Nets dropped the ball on this. I mean, they let it come back. I mean, but they have Kyrie out. They had Harden out. I mean, does that really make the impact? At the end of the day, the Nets had this series. They lost it and they fucked up. So
From 2-0 to 4-3.
Yep.
That's crazy. And you had the best player in the world.
Giannis.
Yeah.
So are they going to be able to keep those three together next year, or is this a 1-year shot?
No, they should be able to.
I think they're
I
good.
think they do because I think Harden had 2 years on his contract left. So
Yeah, I think
they must be able to
they're
keep it.
good.
And I mean,
Yeah.
they were out by injuries. So if you have a team that's healed, healthy, running together, trust me.
When do you ever see Kyrie healed and healthy?
Well, Lou, you made a
Well,
good point
That's
because I don't know how to
Golden State
feel
when he
about
hit
these
that three.
playoffs. I don't know how to feel about this playoff because, things are kind of shaking out how we kind of thought, but kind of didn't think. And
Right.
I mean, if we had controversy last year with the bubble championship, what's going to happen this year? Like, there's going to be so many excuses, and it's going to start with we didn't have enough time. And I guess there's really is something to that. I
Because
didn't
of
think
the
it would be.
injuries, right?
Something to
Yeah,
what?
I
Not
don't
having
think
enough
it
time.
It was a really short
time to
off
rest.
season for
Yeah,
the guys
enough
that were
time to
playing in
rest.
the playoffs. Yeah.
Right.
Hold on. Only a few teams didn't have enough time to rest. The other teams that got eliminated early or were out of the bubble early or didn't even make it to the bubble,
Like
like the
Phoenix.
Hawks, they all had plenty of time to rest. I don't want to hear an excuse for everyone. There's only a few teams that deserve that excuse.
Well, so
and KD and the Nets ain't one of them.
I think on the flip side of that,
That's what I'm saying.
about the way that the schedule was done, the way that the schedule, was condensed, and the way that they played, it was a little bit different. But I was going to ask y'all. I mean, they talked about last year being the asterisk year. Is this year going to end up being the one?
The COVID year?
No. Last year would have been the asterisk year. This year, I agree with Renee as far as you can't blame every team for saying like, hey, we had a short off season, we didn't heal. The majority of the teams that were in the playoffs, yeah, they were in the bubble last year, but it's true. I mean, fuck that. They got to come out to play. This won't be the asterisk year. The teams that are in
I
the
don't really
playoffs
think
are in the
last year
playoffs.
was the asterisk year either. I mean,
I
they
don't
still
think-
played most of the season. It's just
I
the
don't think
bubble
so either.
the bubble made things a little weird, but
Yeah,
that's about it.
but if there's going to be an asterisk year, I would give it to last year, not this year, like Rick was asking.
I think there should be
Well,
an asterisk year.
No, I agree. At the end of the
Put
day,
$1 million into your body like LeBron.
Yeah.
All of them got the money,
Yeah.
especially the superstars. Stop getting hurt.
Yeah.
AD. Now
Well,
he said he's going to.
No, hold on. Last year had to be an asterisk year because you were losing players left and right because of COVID protocols. So it's not like every
that's
team
the
was
same
at
thing this
whatever
year,
their
though.
relative full strength was. A lot of players,
Jimmy
whatever their
Butler
contribution
missed,
would have
like-
been, we'll never know because they weren't even in the game. They weren't even at the stadium.
Right.
So
That's the same thing this year, though. A lot of players missed COVID. Look at CP3. He's about to be out because of COVID.
Yeah, he's
That's
definitely
in the
missing game
playoffs.
one.
Yeah, but I mean, I see both your points, Katie. You're right. I mean, it was more the probability was higher last year than this year, but there has been some of that too. To everybody's point, though, then don't put asterisks on it. It is what it is.
I agree.
Let's move on.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
You know
I
what?
don't
This
like
is what-
asterisks for any championship. Like everyone was in the same circumstance. You all had the same equal opportunity to possibly win a championship, regardless of what sport it is, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't really like asterisks because, like I said, every team had the same opportunity. So to say like,
I
you get an
agree.
asterisk,
I agree with
the
that point.
Dodgers, it was a shortened season. Like, what does that matter? It was a shortened season for you too.
And if you look
Right.
back, I forget whether it was the Warriors' first or second championship where they won because their main players went out, like CP3, I believe, went out. And
That's the first one.
series.
It was
and then who else?
CP3, and then when they played the Cavs, it was Kyrie and K-Love.
Yeah,
Yep.
that went out. So I mean, injuries happen every year. We know how it goes. But it is kind of crazy. This is another what if type year. I've never seen so many prominent players get injured. I think it impacted. Moving on to the next series, another team that was up 2-0 and ended up losing their series in the Jazz. That Clippers Jazz series was a great series, but I mean, Donovan did everything that he could and then some. I think that ankle, it was rough. Wasn't it a knee too?
Towards the end.
Yeah. And Rudy Gobert got exposed. Defensive player of the year. And playoff P. Let me just ask y'all. In this series,
Let me ask you: do you hate Gobert?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. Okay, hold on.
He started COVID, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He started COVID.
He started COVID. They got on Jeremy Lin. Jeremy, it wasn't you. It was the Frenchman. You know what I'm saying? He was the one over there touching stuff, and then everybody was down. But no, Rudy Gobert is just overrated, fam.
He is. He's definitely overpaid for sure.
Yeah. Did y'all watch the series?
Yeah.
Y'all seen how many times they went right at his chest? Was he 7-2?
Felt that.
I saw a stat like towards the fourth quarter. It was like 12 for 15 shots
Yeah.
on the fourth quarter. They all went right at him, and they scored 12 out of 15 shots. I was like,
And the funny thing about it is, I think it was game 1 when he had that block against Markieff Morris, right?
Yeah.
I think we talked about it. It was luck. That should have been a foul. If Markieff Morris had any IQ, that should have been a foul. It was a stupid closeout, you know what I'm saying? But he got bailed out because he had 2 blocks within that last minute. And they were like, here goes your defensive player of the year. Look, bro, I play ball, not professionally at all, but you see it. That ass.
You think you can go at Rudy?
Well, shit, according to
I
Jamal,
would.
man, KD should have got defensive player. He guards all 5 positions. He's the best player in the
Here
world.
we go.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, Captain
Yeah, I'm
Troll
just
over
saying.
here.
You guys ever met a person that just spins things out of control, like a
Pokes the
woman?
bear, just try to poke the
woman.
bear.
Eddie,
Yeah.
how did you do this
I
your
met him.
entire
I
life?
met him. I am him.
I think this
It was
is why
rough.
Eddie doesn't tell you he loves you.
Now things are starting to come clear now.
My brother sent me a text message though. I ain't gonna say what it said, but we don't tell what people say in private. But
I mean,
Going back to the Jeremy Lin thing, just were people saying he started it? Because I had never heard
they
that.
were just calling him COVID because he's Asian.
yeah,
Oh,
there's
okay.
the whole Asian thing.
I was gonna say I thought he was already
Yeah.
playing in China last year.
It's just
or
being
whatever.
racist is what
Yeah,
they're
they
being.
were just being hella racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted
basically.
to ask, like, what do y'all think this series says about playoff P, specifically Game 7?
It makes me mad that I pulled back my statement saying that he wasn't going
Game
to be
7.
great because then he
Yeah, you go to
had
Game
3
7.
30-point games and I would have looked like Nostradamus. So
Yeah, he had a
No.
pretty great series, I think. Even though it's kind of weird, they were down 25. I mean, how great is that? But he
Maybe
still
he's-
ended up with
Right.
what?
So here's an
27
idea.
points or something.
Maybe he's
Look,
better as the number 1 and not playing number 2. Could that be a thing?
Okay, but see,
wasn't he that in
I-
Indiana?
yes,
It was a dog
He
in
was.
Indiana.
Yeah.
He was.
But they didn't.
That's-
But
that's the-
they never got anything done.
he got he
Right,
had a
but I
young
mean,
old-
sometimes
Well,
you do
yeah,
have to
deal
have a
with
team
LeBron.
around you. He had fucking Roy Herbert, who sucks.
Hibbert.
Inside.
It's Hibbert, by
And
the
he
way.
had-
Hibbert, whatever. You know
he
what?
had David
I got
West.
his name wrong because when you're 7-1
He had-
and you can't grab 1 rebound in a game, you're trash.
Yeah.
You should not be in the NBA.
You're not wrong on that one. Trust me.
Yeah,
I remember
I mean-
Roy Hibbert from our years. I don't know
I
why
mean,
we took him.
P's a great player. I mean, he can be a great player when he wants to be, and when he's hitting on when he's on point, he's going to be dominant. But yeah, he showed a lot of strength. He
Maybe
showed
he
that
should
he's
be
a
number 1. Maybe
And
that's
you
Yeah,
guys
we'll
are like,
see. We'll
maybe he
see.
plays better as a number 1. That's all I'm saying. Maybe he
Was
feels
he
better.
one though, or was that man that ended up? Was it Kawhi man that ended up
Man
being number one?
didn't show up. man. Who
No,
scored,
he
what,
did,
39
but I'm
points?
just saying, like he dropped
Uh,
3 games back to back, 30 points. Right?
Yeah.
That's something, man. That's
No, it is.
I got 2
give him
points.
credit
though.
when credit's due. Yeah, I might not be the biggest.
I just
Paul
feel like
George
he can do it for stretches, but ever since the injury, he hasn't been the same guy. So he still
Sure.
looks tentative to me. He doesn't
He
look
hasn't
quick,
been-
and he doesn't
No.
finish around the rim.
He hasn't been the same guy, but in OKC, he was up. He was like up for MVP, and that was after his injury.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, you know what I mean, like, come on.
But it
man.
goes here. It goes.
He got injured in his shoulder, and he couldn't shoot no more, and then that kind of messed up his MVP like run. Seriously, that's what happened.
You talking about Chris Paul now?
No,
Yeah.
we're talking about
Paul George.
Paul George.
Paul George.
OKC.
Yeah.
So,
that's right.
first question. I'm gonna go back to one more conversation. Is Blake Griffin still on the Nets too?
No,
Yep.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Yeah.
no.
He is.
No, you.
He's there.
It's
Hold
so
on,
funny
he got
that-
bought
I know
out
what
and he
you-
got picked up for the veteran minimum for 1 season.
Is he? But was he on the team last year or this
No.
current season?
No, no, no.
This
Yes.
season, yes, he was.
This
Yes,
current season.
yes.
Yes.
Bro, I
Yeah.
saw him on the court. He
No,
was
yeah,
playing.
yes. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
You're right.
yeah,
I
no,
think we're talking
no,
about next season. I'm like, how
I'm
he's not
talking
gonna
about
be there.
this
No,
current
this-
season.
Are you
You're
leading
right,
this
you're right.
with your question? Because you already know the answer.
Yeah.
So here's the point. Was at one point Blake Griffin kind of like the guy when he was on the Clippers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
No,
well,
the
10 years
fact
ago.
that he
No.
didn't show up on, bro,
no.
the fact that he didn't show up on the Nets, right? So like this could have been his opportunity to step up because of, like you said, a lot of the players got hurt. That just
12.
also shows like how far that cat has fallen because he didn't contribute whatsoever on the Nets, where KD could definitely could have used him to step up, and that he was non-existent. I think that's tragic about where his career has gone because again, let's go back to the Clippers. The fun thing
Oh.
about the Clippers right now is the fact that we should have expected them to be where they are. Maybe Jamal would have because he's no longer a Laker fan, but for the rest of us, we had expected the Clippers, or we should have expected the Clippers to be here. So the fact that we're still like kind of surprised, like, oh, that was a really great series. The Jazz, gave them, a good run. They should have been here. This should have been automatic, at least coming out of the West, because right now, also out of the West, who else can really compete with them outside of the
The Suns.
Suns?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's gonna be a great series. I mean, and to your point, sir, as far as damn, I even forgot what you were talking about. Never mind. But the Suns.
As far as Blake
Hey, that
Griffin,
shit-
though,
hey,
like,
Blake, huh, yeah.
No, you were
Honestly,
gonna say it was
No,
about
Blake
oh,
Blake.
no,
Griffin.
you're right. No, Blake Griffin.
He's not the same
Blake-
Blake Griffin.
No, but Blake Griffin, he
He's
actually
old,
had a
though.
couple. He had a couple great games
He
with the
played,
Nets.
okay, but he's not Lob
Yeah.
City Blake Griffin, and that's
Well, and no,
Yeah,
and
but-
that's we talked about this
Well,
the
that's
other day.
age.
Like I said, like, hey,
Yeah.
why can't if
Yeah.
he was more dominant like
You're right,
Bob
it is.
City, they would have been
Right.
a lot more
so
dominant.
do you guys really think Blake Griffin was good on the Clippers, though?
He
Because
was
all I
good.
see-
He was,
all
he
I
was a
see-
good
about
dunker.
2-3 seasons where he was
Right,
pretty
right.
good, man.
So I see Blake Griffin and I see John Collins as the same player as Blake Griffin. He don't get as much hype because he's on Atlanta Hawks. If he wasn't in LA, if he was in LA on the Clippers or the Lakers, he'd be looking like Lob City too.
I could see where you get that from. Yeah.
I mean, that's what Blake was.
Yeah. I mean,
He
and
didn't
I
make Blake. Once
yeah,
he
and
went
I-
to the Pistons, disappeared. No CP3,
Right.
no Blake.
I would argue that he's better now because he can hit the 3-point
Yeah,
shot.
he could actually shoot a little better now. Yeah,
And still, like you said, I mean, 17 and 12 yesterday. 17 points, 12 boards.
yeah, that's good for
That's
a
decent.
role player. That
Yeah.
which what he is
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, which in all honesty, if everybody did their job, I think Blake Griffin did his job. If the others did their job, the Nets would have blown him out.
Because
But they
KD had
didn't.
46 or 48
Yeah, some
Yeah.
players like that.
plus 17. We're,
Yeah.
we're already looking at like 60 something points
65.
between,
And I think
between
Harden
two
had like,
dudes.
I think Harden had what 20.
Yeah, Harden
21,
somehow managed to
22.
get 20. Where the fuck was Joe Harris at? I'm really upset about him because I kept shouting him out.
Yeah,
He
no
was-
jumper. Making no burner when it's crunch time.
yeah, man, he
Yeah,
was
no,
nowhere
Burton
to
is
be
crunch
found.
time.
He was nowhere to be found.
Well, there's
Hey,
not
you know, I ain't gonna lie though. Drew Holiday, he had a rough game yesterday. He had the side of the backboard like Paul George. I was like, bro,
Yeah, but what did he do come crunch time? He hit 2 good 3-pointers, I think, in a teardrop. You know what I'm saying? It was
I'm
like
just saying. He was struggling. They were
the
letting him
others
shoot.
couldn't get it done. You know what I'm saying? The others.
I
couldn't
want to
get it
know
done.
Yeah.
where Chris Paul is going to be come crunch time because
Yeah, we'll
here we
see,
go
man.
with the COVID. He's
Yeah.
a little banged up already, and this is the type of shit that he does when he did it with the Clippers and
Yeah.
someone else.
And
He
he
gets
With
to the
Houston,
playoffs,
with Houston.
and when it's crunch time, he fucking gets hurt or something happens every time, and he doesn't
You're-
finish it out. He always
You're right.
Cursed,
bails
man.
on
He's
his
cursed.
team, and not
Yeah.
his fault,
You-
but he always ends up bailing on his
Something-
team because
something
of an
happened.
injury or something.
He,
You know what?
he got hexed when he was with the Pelicans. He got hexed, and that's why he
Something.
couldn't go to the Lakers. He couldn't go to the Lakers, and then after that, it was all
You know
downhill.
what?
Oh,
And
I'm
it's
a little
happening
upset.
again, and it's happening
did
again this
some
year
voodoo
already. It's
shit
like,
on
come
him.
on, man.
something happened in the bayou.
Yeah, that's the New Orleans. You know them witch doctors.
I blame Cliff Paul. Ever
That
since those
voodoo.
Cliff Paul commercials, he ain't been the same. Dude.
He ain't
I
been
blame
the
Cliff
same.
Paul.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a little upset that KD is getting all these kudos right now for yesterday's game.
Damn, what else could he have done?
He showed up.
Hey,
man.
LeBron did that and airballed the. Hold on. LeBron did that and airballed the game winner. People would be at his neck, on his head.
Probably would be.
Nah,
Oh shit! They were on his head when he lost to the Cavs, and he averaged a triple double, had more rebounds, averaged more assists, more points, more blocks, more steals than both teams, all the players, and he still got fucking ridiculed.
KD
Crazy,
played
crazy that even.
But I don't
happened.
think the same level of expectations between KD and LeBron are.
Right.
Are
It should
you know what I
be.
mean, like I
At
think
this
you're
point-
trying to equivocate two different things, man. LeBron is doing like Space Jam, and
Yeah.
meanwhile KD is just like
Yeah, but
the
people are
skinny
saying
homeless
KD,
dude.
but
The
people are
skinny
saying
homeless
KD's the
dude
best
that's
in the world.
balls.
Some people are saying KD's the best player in the
Correction
world.
on-
Okay, maybe
Skinny
he
homeless
is.
dude.
Maybe
And I
he's
expect
even
that.
leveled up with LeBron in terms of current talent. But LeBron's been playing what 20 years now or close to. So I mean,
18.
again, still don't think that's an equal comparison. It's not like they're both playing at their prime and they'll be able to compare KD against LeBron. It's not even close.
But what I'm saying is, LeBron had the most ridiculous finals, even though his team lost it. Average
But
a
the
triple
expectations
double,
level is higher on LeBron than KD is what I'm trying to say.
right? And this year it should have been on KD with his team he had and everything.
But he got the
And he
excuse.
still
because
fell
his player-
short.
Two of his guys got hurt. He
And he
had that
airballed the
excuse,
game
right?
winner. Airballed it. He didn't get him close.
Okay, so
KD
it'd be
KD
different. So the
KD
equivalent conversation would be if LeBron airballed the shot when he was in Miami when he's got
No, my equivalent is you should have got your team to the finals,
bro,
just like LeBron did.
bro. No.
You're not
That's
gonna
what I'm
win,
saying.
KD.
Renee,
You're not
I'm
gonna win, KD.
confused.
You're
Nah.
not gonna win.
You just
He's
said
gonna
you give respect where it's due, and then KD
tear
played
dude down.
however many minutes, literally playing. He played on both sides of the ball heavily.
Yeah, it's good. You're
and
supposed to be
then,
the best
and then
player.
just not having the legs to make that 25-footer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, a normal 3-pointer, a close one.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it was.
Not a 35-footer like Dame in overtime 2 times, right?
Hey,
Nothing like that.
I'm gonna need you to go through some. We're gonna put you through the gambit, and then I want to see you do some jumpers. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see how, because I feel like you are being extra hard on this thing for no reason.
Look at when you're the best player in the world, Jamal.
Welcome
Yes,
to my
best player in the
world.
world.
He is.
Yes.
I'm with
Yes.
that too. He
I
is the
no,
best
that's
player.
fine. I expect you to be there in crunch time. It don't matter. I don't care how tired you are. I don't care how fatigued you
And so
are.
did Kobe. How many
Kobe
everyone
Bryant
else
got
did
a
Kobe
whole
put up at the end of the
ass
game?
vote card.
Yeah,
I
about
can't
Kobe in his
stop
rookie
laughing.
season, airball game winners.
Nah, he
No.
was
We're not talking about that, right?
Kobe missed a
So
lot of
just
game
overall,
winners,
just
man.
throughout someone's career, you're gonna miss a lot of game winners.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kobe did,
Uh,
LeBron has,
Kobe
Jordan
missed a
did.
lot of
Go ahead,
games.
go ahead, go ahead.
Sorry.
Tell Dame Dollar don't miss. Get too many game
Magic
winners.
has.
Dame he can't get his team to any
Yeah.
legitimate.
Neither can KD. That's what I'm telling you. He can't get nobody to the finals, baby girl.
He's been to the
Come
finals.
on.
He got
He got
golden.
three chips.
He got golden
How many
State
chips does
to
he
the
have?
finals. He's got golden State.
He's got
to the
2
finals.
chips and he joined a 79-win team.
Either way,
Or
he
whatever
was
they're
the focal-
fucking
Who was the focal
win.
point when he was on those teams? He was.
No, he wasn't. Steph Curry was.
Yes,
That's
he
why he
was.
had so many open looks.
Okay.
Because
Wait,
of-
he
because
got
of
to the
KD.
finals when he was with the Thunder. They lost, but he got there.
I'm sorry. Who did the Warriors decide to keep? KD or Steph Curry?
KD decided not to keep
Yeah,
him. So
KD
Yeah, KD made that decision.
That was a front
KD
office.
knew he
Kevin
wasn't the man
Durant
on that
decided he was
team.
out.
No,
Because KD knew he wasn't the man on that team.
That's because
They wanted
Draymond
KD.
Green told him
No,
to
it
get
was
the
I
hell
was
out.
about to say Draymond
Yeah.
Green. He got in his
Draymond Green.
emotions. Draymond Green messed that up. All right, I'm gonna keep it pushing. I gotta ask you guys one more quick question though about the Clippers, and then I need some predictions for today's games and the rest of the series.
Before we go to predictions, though,
Yeah.
we got to talk about that body that Collins caught.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Okay,
He got
talked about
5 for
that
it, didn't
too.
he? Or from
Hold
Embiid?
on. Before we get there,
Yeah.
let me just because I want to wrap up this Clippers thing. Okay, I gotta ask because I seen one more thing that to me is blasphemous, but it's whatever. They said if you want to end a drought, call Ty Lue. They said
You
Cleveland
want
ended their 50-year drought with Ty Lue, and now the Clippers ended their 50-year drought with Ty Lue. Y'all buying that?
That's the players are
If they
saying.
win the championship, maybe I'll say something. I'll reserve judgment until I see
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, maybe.
He's
Yeah.
had some good players. I mean,
Because with
what
LeBron,
did
he
he
had
do
the
after
greatest
LeBron
player.
left? What did
One
he
of the
do after
greatest.
LeBron left Cleveland?
Nothing.
He got fired. the
That's
next
what
season.
I'm kind of saying. Like, look, I am always, y'all know me on this podcast and just in general. Y'all know I'm always about bigging up my black people, but I also can call a spade. No pun on that one, because he's black. But anyways, I'm just saying, Ty Lue is not that coach like that.
Well, just caveat that he's the drought ender when he's got superior
players.
talent.
Yeah.
But
Right.
that's most coaches, right?
Not true.
Right.
That's not true.
Not
It's
true.
not true.
That's not true. We got a couple. We got
Okay,
a couple teams
most my bad. Most elite coaches.
There
My
you
bad.
go.
Can I say this? I feel like the Nets lost their series last night because at the end of the day, it came down to coaching. In the crunch time, you had Mike Budenholzer, who had been there before, been in a Game 7 series, has been coaching at an elite level in the NBA for years. And then you had Steve Nash, who has coaches to help him. But who are his coaches to help him? D'Antoni, Chauncey Billups.
Those are the two most.
You can say what you want, but Chauncey Billups is up for a head coaching job. So
Sure. But once again, these are up and comers. These aren't experienced guys, and so I think at the end of the day, the experience won.
Yeah, I hear you on that, and I kind of agree. But what adjustments you have made when the rest of your team is sucking and banged up?
I mean, I don't know, man. Claxton didn't get run for a while. I don't know why.
No, you know what they could have done? They could have went to hack a Giannis. That's
They
what
could have
done.
done hack a Giannis. They could have done
Started
a
making
couple of
his free
different.
throws.
Dude, he shot 23 of 48.
Did y'all see?
No,
his
but I
air
said
ball?
last night he was making them.
Yeah, no.
I know the rest of the season he wasn't, but last night he was actually making
You gotta play.
them.
But
yeah, you're right. You gotta play the odds. You're right. Yeah, you got
23 of 48. Goodness gracious.
All right, so real quick, the body.
So I want to talk about that first. First and foremost, I understand why Embiid reacted the way he did. Because if I'd have got dunked on like that, I would have been hurt too. That was sick.
I'd have pulled a Paul Pierce.
That dude dunked on him and put him in the rear naked choke at the same time. I've never seen that before. Thank you, John Collins. That's all I wanted to say.
Mystical had a song.
One thing I will say about the playoffs this year is it's going to be nice to see somebody different win it. You know, it's going to be someone new this year that hasn't won it in a while.
Well, it could be Kawhi. Just saying.
No.
I'm
not saying individual players. I'm saying teams, right?
Oh,
you got the
okay,
Suns,
okay.
you got the Clippers, you got Milwaukee, and you got probably Atlanta coming up.
Oh, okay. So talk that talk, Bob. You see Atlanta winning today?
I don't know. There's something about the Sixers that they're just not showing up, and it seems like Doc Rivers lost control of the team because he's kind of like giving up on them.
The Doc train, huh?
Guess which
I'm not saying.
I'm not, man.
Let's pull receipts. I said the 76ers are going to go to the big show.
So did I.
You still think that, KD?
I'm still thinking that, man.
I
I
do.
still believe. I still believe coaching is going to win on this one between that and
I also
Atlanta.
think Hawks gonna pull it off.
You know
I
their
think
coaches
that-
lost 11 series when they was up, right? You guys know their
I
coach.
think Doc Rivers has pulled them together and kind of said, "Look, we got to get this one. We're going to win it." And you know what? I give it on the players. This is on the players. There was a one game where Embiid could have finished the game with a layup, and the motherfucker didn't make it. And it's being blamed on Doc Rivers. If these guys are not making,
And that was actually the argument we made at that point as well. That the coach can do as much as he can, but the coaches ain't out on the field.
if they're not
on
making,
the court.
thank you,
Like,
Kennedy.
I agree.
We had
because-
this exact same conversation.
No, I
about
agree
2
with
months
him
ago.
because
Yes.
yesterday when you saw some of
But
the Bucks plays, they did not execute very well, and they almost blew that game because they just like didn't screen right, and they just settled for like the worst shot when they were coming out of timeouts.
How many 20-point plus leads have Philly blown in this series alone? At least two.
At least
that I
three,
can think.
right?
At
I
least
thought
two.
three.
At least
I thought
two.
3.
So at some point, is it coach? It's none of that's coaching. No.
I can't coach you to play defense if you ain't gonna play.
Are we giving
Call a timeout? Get yourself thrown out. Do something to motivate your team.
Are we giving any merit to Embiid being injured?
Yes.
Because
No.
he's out there playing with a
No.
knee injury.
No,
Yeah,
if you're out there playing, then you're playing. You're healthy enough to play. Okay, so
Fair enough.
that's my look. at it.
Kobe played with a broken finger the entire season, so that's that.
Thank you.
We're back to
Yeah,
is
but
it Simmons or is it
this tearing a
Embiid?
broken finger? I don't know.
But we're back to is it Simmons or is it Embiid? Who's the problem? And I think
Simmons.
we see that it's Simmons.
That's I would go there.
Speaking of which, Brian's tapped in. What's up, B? Happy Father's Day. And he said, look out for Haka Simmons today, which I agree. Yeah.
My thing is too with the Sixers, they had 3 people that made the all defensive teams.
Yeah.
There should be no reason why these cats ain't locking down.
Fair enough.
You're not
No
wrong.
reason why your
and
defense shouldn't be
Seth Curry's
cleansed.
been stepping up for them. He's
Seth
been
Curry has been.
the reason why they're
last
still in
game,
the
hey,
series.
you know what? I told my friends this. I'll be like on my phone. It'll say Seth Curry's like going like, he's 4 for 6 from the 3-point line. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna tune in this game. It's probably be good. The moment I start watching Seth Curry, bricks
shooting.
all the time, just takes a big
Hey.
shit.
Hey,
It's
Renee,
weird,
Renee.
dude. So then I stop watching him
looks
and
like
start
you're-
making shots. And I'm
Renee.
just like,
Renee,
you had a curly
tune in the
afro.
whole game. Tune in the whole game.
Yeah, I might
You'll
have tuned
get-
the whole game because I kind of want the Hawks to win now. So I'm just like,
That's probably
hey,
what happens. He tunes in. He's
Tune
like,
in the
Dad?
whole game.
Dude, that's your doppelganger, dude. You should be nicer to him.
I'm just saying that's what happens. It's weird. I'm just like, bro, come on, I'm rooting for you.
Yeah.
Dude, that's funny.
All right. So real quick prediction. So game 7 today. Who you got? Atlanta or Philly?
I got
Yeah.
Philly.
ATL.
I got
Shouty.
Philly.
Philly, Luda, T,
Phil
Atlanta, Kenny,
hater.
Still staying with 76ers.
Yeah.
Babo,
Right with it.
ATL.
ATL, Shouty.
ATL. What you
I'm
think?
going Philly. I'm probably gonna hit
Yeah.
myself because it's Doc Rivers' Philly team, but I'm going Philly. They're
Six
the
and eight.
better team.
6 and
Say,
8.
you,
Who you got,
because
Rick?
you
Who you
believe.
got, Rick?
If Renee's
You got
watching,
Philly.
ATL's winning.
Yeah, for sure.
Watch today.
Hey, don't
Curry
you
gonna have
gotta
like
work
35
today?
today. Watch.
I'm
And
gonna watch, bro. He ain't gonna make no 35.
Are
Trey's
Suns
gonna go off
Clippers?
today.
Is Suns Clippers game 1 today?
No.
Yes, sir.
Tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Are they
it
Yes,
is.
sir.
It's
That's
today.
There's two
Prime time?
games today. There's
Yeah,
two
they are.
games
They are
today.
tonight, right? Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
going for
the-
45. You heard it here
Yeah.
first.
Quick turnaround. Y'all think the Clippers or your Suns?
I'm going for
Look,
the Suns.
I-
Let's go,
I-
Buck.
I'm a,
Best
I-
versus
at this
West. I
point-
got the
at
Clippers
this
game
point,
one.
If CP3's not in, I'm going to the Clippers.
I'm going
I know,
for the
12:30,
Clippers.
bro.
Oh,
Hey,
this-
you guys, you guys didn't buy
whoever's
tickets to the
healthy,
game?
I'm going Clippers.
Nah, we're not. I'm not trying to buy no tickets to the game, but we might.
Ooh,
We
Jamal
can
shook his
see
head
all the
like-
festivities here and go downtown. It'll be
dude, no,
happening.
you
Oh,
guys,
yeah,
you
that's
guys,
it.
you
What's the
guys should go to
probability of that
game.
happening?
Yeah,
Slim
we'll
and
see.
Nunn. Slim left town.
We'll see.
Slim and Nunn with the
Slim
heat.
went home.
Slim and Nunn and Slim left town. So
Hey, Jamal's ready to drive home. It's so hot over there.
Let's keep going on the 10.
All right, moving on to the second quarter, guys. We're going to talk about a couple of different things. There's a lot of head coaching vacancies going on. I just wanted to kind of have a discussion and see what you guys think about who's going to fill these. There's a lot of names being thrown out. Let's see. Hold on. First and foremost, as if I'm missing something, let me know. The vacancies are the Pacers, Magic, the Celtics, the Wizards, oh no, not the Spurs.
The Mavs. Did you say Mavs?
Did I say Mavs?
I don't know if you
Oh,
said
Yeah.
Mavs and Mavs. I was gonna say
The
Mavs. Mavs is the other one. 6. Jason Kidd's been thrown around. Obvious.
Chauncey Billups,
Chauncey Bill, right? That's been
Becky
thrown
Hammond.
out. Becky Hammond's in the mix.
Jeff Van Gundy.
Yeah, Becky.
Jeff Van Gundy still in the
Gundy
mix.
ain't coming out the booth.
I wouldn't.
He shouldn't.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
Yeah, he shouldn't.
What about Stan?
Sam
What
Cassell.
about
That's right.
Stan?
Sam Cassell's another one that's been thrown in the mix. Who do y'all think?
For what? Like, well, let's talk about which job is the best job. Let's talk
Which
Rick
job-
about.
Carlisle goes to the Celtics.
You think
The
so?
Mavs probably.
I think
the
he's
best
going
job.
to too. That's a good call. He's
That-
an ex-Celtic.
Yeah, that
I
makes
think the
sense.
next Celtics coach, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Becky Hammond, she ends up on like, I
Magic?
would like to see her on the Pelicans, but I think I don't know. I think she's gonna get the Pistons or some shit team.
I mean, are they
I
up
think
for
they're
the
gonna do her
names
foul
where,
in a
where
way.
they're going to actually get a job, or it's just you're trying to place them somewhere?
No, that's not Rooney Rule. I think she's a legit.
Yeah, I want to actually want to take conversation real quick about the Rooney Rule, Jamal, because I think that's exactly where my mind was going. You guys remember maybe about a week or two ago, with Stephen A. Smith just went ham about the still a lack of black coaches and
coaches,
opportunities for black coaches, and then he specifically was calling out like I want to say the Timberwolves, where somebody that had like very little, or like he had very little like head office experience, and automatically like kind of bunny hopped to a coaching position, and he's basically saying like not only is the Rooney Rule failing in the NFL, to even try to adopt something like that in the NBA will also just be another farce, because it's still not going to make any difference.
And
You know,
forget,
like based on
forget-
all the open vacancies that Rick just mentioned, what's you guys' thoughts on like how many of those vacancies will be filled by not to get political or whatever, but will be filled by black coaches, because there's a lot of vacancies.
I would
Well,
say
real,
I would say
real-
2 out
real
of the
quick,
7.
for some of us that don't know, what's the Rooney Rule, sir?
So the Rooney Rules basically states that that you have it is enforceable rule that they have to at least interview black head coaches in
minority
the NFL.
candidate.
Exactly, in the NFL per
one.
open vacancy on a team, right? So that they give a fair opportunity for black coaches to continue to ascend. Because what has happened traditionally, what happens is like nepotism, where I'm a white head coach and I start to select my guys. It's kind of like like if you're applying for a job, and what's happening in corporate America is a lot of times, you get like a stipend or you get a bonus for like having like a recommendation. And what people do is that they'll hire the people directly around them, and the people that look directly around them look just like them. So while the people who get hired on do the person who gave the recommendation gets the bonus, the person he hires on looks just like him. So it's like it inherently doesn't give the diversity and the opportunity to have diversity. The same thing is actually happening in the NFL, where the coaches have their guys, and then those guys kind of like ascend, but the black coaches don't get the opportunity because it's not inside that circle. I still see the same thing happening in NBA right now, where a lot of black coaches don't get that same opportunity because they're not in the correct circle. So I think with all the different opportunities that are out there right now, it's undeniable that a good portion of them should be filled by black coaches, because there's a lot of great coaching talent out there.
Yeah. Honestly, I think there's only gonna be like two. I think like Sam Cassell and Chauncey Billups will get a job.
Yeah. How many black
I don't know.
coaches
I think if Jason Kidd wants one, he'll get one. So it'll be three out of the 7. I would assume that's kind of.
And Brian chimed in. He said Devin Ham is also being mentioned. Is it Devin Ham? Anyway, Darvin. Yeah, I was Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham is being mentioned, and he said 50%. He also said that Ham is going to stay in San Antonio and take over there, which I could see that happening.
What? Isn't Tim Duncan there?
Tim Duncan is also there, but
he left.
Oh, did he leave?
He left. Yeah, he coached at all this year.
Well, there it is.
Do we know how many black coaches we have now?
I want to say there's like 6.
Yeah, there's 6, 7, and in the finals, there's Clippers, Suns. They're both obviously led by black coaches, and
Philly,
and then Philadelphia.
But that's a good point. I think the NBA is in a different boat than the NFL is as far as the Rooney Rule. So I don't think it's going to be as big. Like Katie, you're right.
Yeah.
There needs to be more opportunity, but the NBA has been way more progressive in promoting minority coaches than the
women.
NFL has, and women.
And
Absolutely.
women, yeah.
I mean, Stephen A. went in on KD and Kyrie and all them when they signed off on Steve Nash.
But at the end of the day,
he said that they were always talking about, giving black people opportunity. That, and Steve Nash had
right. People of color represent
zero. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Keep going. No, keep going. I'm sorry.
Steve Nash had like no experience, and they all signed off on him. Like, yeah, bring Steve Nash.
Yeah, I think that was because of the relationship that they had with Steve Nash, and then also because they knew at the end of the day, it was less a guy who's going to like coach them, like you do this, and more so give them the freedom. I mean, a lot of times, I don't know if you guys look during the timeouts, I don't know if Steve Nash was actually coaching. I didn't see a pan to Steve Nash coaching. I seen a pan to Kyrie and KD off to the side, having discussions about what should happen, while Budenholzer is coaching, the Bucks up. And that's once again where I say like the experience factor, it was lacking at the end of that game. And I think that's what cost them ultimately.
Well, there's another thing too about coach, like guys who were superstars in the league, they don't make good coaches. Right. Like I can't think of, like, Bird was probably the most successful superstar guy. Okay, Bill Russell and Bird, in my opinion. I can't think of anybody else who was good. I mean, and Bird didn't even win anything, right?
What about Kerr?
Jason Kidd was pretty good, right?
Yeah, but Kerr wasn't a superstar NBA player.
Jason Kidd?
Yeah, but you're right, but he didn't win either.
Oh yeah, he was pretty good. I forgot.
I didn't say he won. I just said he was pretty good.
There's
no need to
get it,
especially on Father's Day. Wow.
Sorry, Bob. You're right.
Yeah,
it's fine.
He's up.
We got to be nice today.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I mean,
are there? I guess just to wrap this one up, are there any other glaring holes in candidates that you see? Definitely, he's going here. I thought Jason Kidd to Dallas was going to be a slam dunk.
That could be a thing.
It could still be.
Yeah.
I feel like Jason
Kidd. Did he already coach too once?
Yeah. What did you say?
He didn't coach Dallas, but he coached.
No, he coached
Milwaukee, and he coached the Nets, I think.
Yeah.
He coached Giannis when Giannis was like a rookie, like his first 2 years.
And we talk about ties. That's where he started his career.
Yep.
So I could see him going.
But would he want to go there? I think
he's
now
holding out for the
like
Lakers
a big shit show going on in the Mavs.
I also think that's a thing, which
I'm okay with.
Lakers job. I'm okay.
I think he is too. But you think he would want to go to the Mavs now? It's a shit show over there.
You got Luka.
Fired the GM. Fired the
do have something to build around.
You got Luka.
Here's a snub that I thought about: Mark Jackson.
Yeah, I mean,
he's getting snubbed.
I'm surprised he's not back in coaching.
He should have been here. I wonder if he gets named and he's just like, nah, I make money in the booth. I'm good.
Yeah, where would Mark Jackson even fit though? Honestly,
Pelicans.
I was about to say the Pelicans. Good shit, Renee.
And he's
The
a player's
Pelicans.
coach too, and he's a
Yeah.
guy that he's cerebral. And you notice when what I like about Mark Jackson, and I mean some people don't, but he's really complimentary of the players, not even the superstars,
Yeah.
the other players, right? Because he understands that you need everybody.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like how he brings that to his broadcast.
Yeah.
And he's the
Well-
one that got Golden State to where they are right now.
Yeah,
He
for the
set
most
up that team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100.
you got
And he got fired though too, Bob.
No, I know, but
On the day
unfairly, I think. Unfairly.
Be sure.
Yeah.
Just be clear. He didn't get fired.
What
real quick-
about Phil Jackson coming back?
He set him
Oh,
up.
Phil
but Steve
Jackson's
Kerr
done.
took him to
Phil
the-
Jackson's done.
Phil
man.
Jackson won't. He
Let me-
won't
let
even
me-
travel. He won't travel.
Luda. There are three
He's old,
people
dude. Let him
we can
let him
guarantee
retire.
are never going to be seen again. Okay, Phil Jackson, Kurt Warner, and Robert Ory. Okay, so just throw them all out. Like, put them in a box. Nigga, just-
Hey, you could catch
Hey,
Robert
watch
Ory.
your mouth about
You
Kurt
could catch.
Warner.
Hey, you could watch Robert Ory on The Jump, man. He's to be on that show quite often.
Hey, look, there's something to be said. Robert Ory, I don't know if you've been watching. He's been like sort of low key trending. You know, not like trending on the
to
top
get to
level,
the
like,
Hall of Fame.
To get to the Hall of Fame, Shaq even pointed him out the other day. I was
Yeah, I
like,
told
yo,
you. I
they
told
are
you.
out here. Shaq was like, yo, there's a bunch of people in the Hall of Fame because of Robert Ory. And I was like, weird,
yeah.
weird conversation. Weird conversation.
That's not
But,
even
uh,
so.
Hey, you
Is
trying
Akeem one
to
of them?
see?
Is
You trying to
Akeem one
poke
of
me,
them?
Rick? You trying to
Uh-huh.
poke me?
Yo, I'm just saying the shit. Hey,
This
Hey,
shit's
you,
real.
can catch him on Lakers Sportsnet too if you need your Robert Ory feel. You can catch him
Yeah, you know,
mumbling his words on the Sportsnet
Yeah.
broadcast.
I just think he's one of the greatest players.
There
That's all.
is.
So
Brian brought something up, and I just want to end it on this one. He said a lot of people, you know, have said if the Bucks lose, or if the Bucks were to lose that Game 7, that Budenholzer was out as well. That's kind of what happened in Atlanta, right? Like you only went so far.
I mean, I think if he don't even get to the finals, he might get booted.
Think so?
Yeah, like at some point, man.
Well, if you look at his last 3 years, right? He would. I mean,
He's
Yeah.
been to the conference finals before, so
right. So
Yeah,
if
knock
he,
it out.
especially if he would have lost yesterday, that means he's regressing.
But it's
Yeah.
like, who the fuck do you bring in to maximize that squad?
UJ Tucker. Shit.
you
Who?
bring in. You mean
No,
a player or a
coach-wise.
coach?
Coach-
He's already there. He's already there.
talking about a coach? Talking about a player or coach?
Coach.
Oh, should give
Yeah,
him
if you
some-
if you take Budenholzer out, who's going to maximize that any further? Like I don't know. All right, we're going to move on. All NBA team was announced. Let's talk about it real quick because there's a lot of, I think, notable snubs, and that's what we're going to more so discuss. Okay, so the first team is your boy Giannis, Steph Curry, Luka Magic, Nikola, and Kawhi. Second team is Joel Embiid, LeBron, Damian Lillard, Chris Paul, and Julius Randle. The third team was Bradley Beal, Jimmy Buckets, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, and Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie don't
Interesting
deserve to
pick.
be on there.
Who?
Kyrie, he missed too many games.
Okay.
I would change Giannis and Embiid.
You would just swap them?
Yep.
So you put Giannis on the second team and Embiid on the first team?
Yes, sir.
Not a bad thing.
Durant.
Durant is not on the first team. Durant is on.
Is that because he missed games?
Durant
Yeah.
is not on any of the teams. I just
He
The
missed-
greatest,
he missed
the
way too many
greatest player
games
in
to
the
make it.
world.
He's not on the All NBA team. It's because of his absence of how many games he missed.
Yeah, it would have to be. Damn, I didn't even
Because
realize.
Harden didn't make it either, but Kyrie shouldn't have been on there either.
Yeah,
Anthony
and
Davis on any of those teams?
Kevin Durant.
Oh.
Kevin Durant received 1 first team vote, 4 second team votes, and 6 third team votes.
And
So-
CP3 not being on the first team is a little disappointing.
No, it's right.
No, it's
No,
incorrect.
that's right. Dame Lillard should have been on first team before CP3.
Anthony
Bullshit.
Davis received 1 second team vote and 2 third team votes. That's it.
I don't. We're back to
I-
subjectivity again. Hey,
No,
but it
what's
has
the
to
line?
do
What's the
with-
line of delineation on games?
No,
I
I don't know what it
I
is,
need to
but
know
you
that.
can't miss half the season like KD and make All NBA, bro.
Damn, Clint Capella received 6 third team votes. Yeah, I wouldn't have put him in. That was just for the centers. So Jason Tatum, let's talk about that one. Doesn't deserve to be on at all.
If he's
What
gonna
up, big boy?
he could. I would have had him go in as for Kyrie. Like
Yeah,
there's a lot of
boy.
players I think Kyrie shouldn't have been above.
Ooh.
Tatum, even Jaylen Brown balled out.
The guy that
Trae
talks
Young
about
balled out.
tuning into a game to watch Kyrie and shit.
Yeah,
and
but he
fucking
don't-
dissing him.
I can't tune into every Nets game. You know why? Because he's not fucking playing.
I gotta ask because you guys are really harsh on the top of the top, right? Julius Randle making the second team. What the heck?
I mean, he could have made the third team. He was most improved player of the year.
He can make the third team, sure.
That's
Okay,
fine.
fine. Third team, but the second team.
So you're just gonna
crazy.
move someone up from the third team to the second team. Who's on the third team?
Third team is Bradley Beal,
Ooh,
Jimmy
hold
Butler,
on.
Paul George, Rudy Gobert, and Kyrie Irving.
Does anybody know? Does
Paul
anybody
George
know
would've made
Randall's
second
numbers?
team.
Like a ballpark of Randall's numbers? Does anyone?
Randall's
Oh,
number
I could look it up real quick.
20, 25, and I don't know.
It was something like that. It's
All
close.
right, keep going, keep going.
I'll look it up real
I
quick.
I don't think he should be in either of those teams. But
I agree. I'll be honest with you. I'll leave him out entirely.
Yeah, I mean, if he didn't make it, would I bat my eye at it? No.
Yeah,
He was
nah.
24, 10, and 6. That's pretty good, man.
okay.
Yeah, 24, 10, and 6.
That's good enough for third team. For me.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. You can slide Paul George up, right? And put
Yeah.
Randall on third. That's fine. But I mean,
Sure.
Another person that's not on any of the teams, Devin Booker.
yeah, I would have
That's,
taken him
that
over
goes
Kyrie
back to
too.
that bias we talked about.
That's crazy. Devin Booker. He's at least second team. Like, come on, man.
Read the guards on second team.
Second team is
The guards only.
Stephen Luca.
Yeah. No, that's first team.
I'm sorry, you're right. That's first team.
Second team's Dame and-
Dame and Chris Paul.
So he's gonna take Chris
Yeah.
Paul's spot.
No, he'll be on 13.
Well, that's a good. Okay, so right now, who
Yeah.
is Chris Paul the most important player on Phoenix?
Yes.
Yes.
Possibly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then if we think that, then you're right.
Yeah.
We had
I
another
don't know.
conversation about Chris Paul. The fact that when he goes to the team gets better immediately, and it was undeniable, right?
I mean,
So
it's the
I agree.
general.
we had this
Right.
discussion already, and this
I've
is just
been
an
saying that
affirmation
all
of that
year.
right now.
I've been
But
saying
look-
that all year.
But look what Booker's done in Chris Paul's absence. How many games has Chris Paul missed in this playoff series or in
None.
these series?
None.
None in the
None.
series. Oh, none.
He
none.
missed any?
No,
Oh, he missed two. I think he missed two against the Lakers.
No.
he
He
missed two
didn't
against,
miss
like-
any. He
Oh.
didn't miss any games.
Oh yeah, he was
No.
just really banged up.
He just was banged up, so he missed.
So he kind of
Oh.
missed. I mean, he
Right.
missed.
But
And
when
Chris
he was
Paul-
out, Chris Paul still had them boys going. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
but Booker's the one that
Yeah.
brought those last two games against the Lakers. I think it was game 3 and 4 that Chris Paul was either limited or out, right? Something
Right.
like that.
All right.
Those were the swing games that Phoenix won because of Devin Booker.
Well, yeah.
And-
Devin
and-
Booker's-
and-
Devin
and-
Booker's
and-
Well, the
scoring.
Lakers won game 3.
Okay, then 4 and 5 then.
Yeah, Devin Booker's scoring was definitely the reason. But I mean, there's
But
something
Devin
said about
Booker's
it.
scoring was because he got the ball more because he had to step up. You know what I mean? And he was hitting.
I just
so,
Because he's an
so-
elite scorer, bro.
so-
that boy,
so he-
that
so-
boy
so
put
he-
the ball.
so
I
he
mean,
was-
but Chris Paul kept everybody else moving. He made it easy for DeAndre
yes.
Ayton,
Yes.
Mikal Bridges,
Rick is always-
Bridges
Rick
stepped up.
Rick
Bridges
is always
stepped up.
hard
He,
on
he did his
CP3.
thing.
He stepped up.
Crowder.
So if Phoenix wins game 1 and 2 against the Clippers without Chris Paul, is this conversation different?
No,
It might be.
no.
It might be.
Yeah, thank you.
It
Don't
might
be a
be.
prisoner of the
Yes.
moment. Don't be a prisoner of the moment. Chris Paul is
Yeah.
probably still the most important player.
Yeah, but Mick is always hard on him. That's all. Like it sucks.
No, I'm not. I'm the one that said he's the only true point guard in the league. But
Yeah.
Right, but you're not saying.
I think Devin Booker is equally as important to Chris Paul to them. If you take
Okay,
Devin Booker
no,
off
you-
that team, what do they
If
do?
you want to say equally, I would say
They
yes.
still win.
I would say yes.
Okay,
Yes,
because at first when I asked this question, head and shoulders, the consensus was Chris Paul is the guy. When I
No,
asked
you
this-
said he's more important. Sometimes your more important player is not your best player. I think Devin
Right.
Booker's the best player on that team.
I agree.
Wait,
The
and
most
you're
important
saying-
player is kind of like,
okay, if you'd have said that, we wouldn't even have to go down this.
You're right.
okay, well, that's how I feel.
And Jamal, of all the players, you said CP is the only true point guard. So Kyrie's
said-
not a.
Rajon Rondo has a lot to say.
He's
about
not a
that.
true point guard.
Well, no, when
Kyrie's not a
when
true
I
point
think
guard.
about a true point guard, I think about Chris Paul.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get it, 100%.
Yeah.
Hey, KD, we've had this conversation with Jamal playing times. Trust me.
All right.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
he-
I'm not gonna like. I'm not
I
gonna
told- I
start a
told
whole
him that he
nother
don't-
controversy, but I would say
Well-
Kyrie also plays that position exceedingly well.
Mm.
He doesn't
But he's not a
He's
pass
shoot
first guard.
point guard.
Sure.
First guard.
That's his definition of
Kyrie's
a
a
point guard
shoot
now.
first point guard.
Yes, per his
Kyrie
definition.
is definitely a shoot first
Curry,
point guard.
Lillard, and Kyrie are all shoot first point guards.
Yeah,
So they're like twos to me.
They're more the
They're more like
hybrids.
twos to me.
Yeah, they're more of the hybrid guards.
I would say that because of the talent level that they can do that, right? So maybe to your point, like where I'm talking back in Tim Hardaway days or something like that, where like you dish first and then shoot. I mean, the talent level is different. You know what I mean? So like, how are
But
you make that same-
Magic had talent. Magic could have led the league in
Magic
scoring.
play all 5 positions, so don't even put him in that conversation.
Well, that's the greatest point guard ever.
He's
We
the
already know
greatest point
that.
guard ever, though. So who do we compare
The
these
best.
He's in the whole other like category. Like I wouldn't say that again. You could
Look, I'll say it like this: Russell Westbrook is more of a true point guard than Kyrie is, because at least Russell Westbrook could get you 10 assists.
Yeah, but 45 turnovers.
And Duke be putting up.
Doesn't matter. You got 10
That's a
assists,
real
right?
thing, bro. Like turnovers matter.
He averaged 10 assists. How many other point guards averaged 10 assists this year?
No, I would actually go.
That's about it.
Like, how
And then you know what? You're right. Like I told everyone before, Russell Westbrook MVP, triple double.
Nobody said
average.
MVP. I just said
As
he's
well.
more of a true point
Hall of
guard than
Fame.
Kyrie.
Hall of Fame.
We just
He
get
will
stuck.
be a Hall of Famer.
We get stuck in this circular reference because we don't have clear definitions of what's what. That's all I'm trying.
No,
I
you're
wanna-
stuck
I
in
wanna
it, Jamal.
unmurky the
No,
water.
Jamal, you're stuck in it because you prefer the old school point guard. That's why. Seriously, that's the new
It's
school
not that
NBA
he
is not. It's not.
prefers
It's
it.
not
He's
that.
just mentioning that he's more of a true point guard than somebody else. That's all he's
Right.
saying.
True or
He's
traditional?
not saying that.
Yeah,
he's-
true or
Traditional is probably a better
traditional. That's the word.
Traditional. Say if you say
Exactly.
traditional, then we can all move on. You're
That's
right.
what I'm saying.
Tradition.
And
He's
with
a
that,
tradition.
we will. All right. Good talk. On to the third quarter. What men
Because
think.
according to Jamal's definition, he would take Ben Simmons over some of these guys that don't pass first. But Ben Simmons can't hit a jumper from
This
left.
year.
Renee's gonna-
I just
Renee's
feel
gonna
like
keep us
Renee's
there.
just coming for all kinds of Jamal.
Rene's gonna keep us there. He's gonna keep us there.
I'm just saying, Ben
Jamal,
Simmons.
you breathing? Well, you're breathing wrong.
Put Ben
He's
Simmons
gonna-
on a team that's got 2 elite scores, and they're going to win a lot of championships.
100%. 100%. All right. What men think moving forward. So we talked about this on this week's meeting, and we decided to keep it on here because everybody said that they were going to give real answers. So let's start with a Luda-esque topic. Do men compare strippers or porn stars to their wives or significant others?
Hell yeah.
No.
Who said hell yeah?
I
Luda.
did. Hell
Those
yeah.
said wives, right?
Dude, that last girl you smacked better been a stripper.
It wasn't a stripper, but she kind of was like a stripper. You know what I mean?
What's the
It's
comparison? Like, what are we comparing them? Like cooking?
What?
Or
No,
no.
man, in the bed.
You got strippers that's cooking for you? What's she making? Wings?
No.
From time to time, that's good.
But look, let me tell you this.
Oh,
As far as-
it's the eye test, right? We're all visual. It's the eye
Yeah,
test.
we're gonna see the ass. Be like, oh shit, my lady don't have that big of an ass, or she does have a bigger ass, whatever. But look, I can look at a stripper because she looks good, but my lady could turn me
Renee,
out
man,
at home.
man,
You know what I mean? Oh yeah, he took off.
Yo, I see how Renee coming.
It looked like he's fucking
Renee was like,
exorcist
Yeah.
caught
There's
out.
like some exorcism going on.
The exorcist caught out this bitch.
I thought you were having a
Aesthetics for the
seizure,
morning.
dude. I thought he was having a
big
seizure.
spoon coming in, be like, you
Yeah,
better
yeah.
not say
Get
something
over
wrong,
here.
you know, then get over here, you know.
That's funny.
No, I think it's this. I think most men know that strippers are fantasy. They're not comparing them to I don't first of all, I don't really even like strippers and going to strip clubs, but when I've been there, I've never been thinking, oh well, this girl versus
about
my
porn
wife.
stars?
I never do that. No. I mean it's
It's like, first of all, so I don't get in trouble. I don't like strippers and strip
I'm
so y'all know, off top,
100% honest.
I don't like strippers and strip clubs.
No, okay, no. Why are they nice to you? Because they want money, right? They're not nice to you because they like you. I don't. I mean, maybe somebody's picked up a stripper from a strip club, but I haven't. So, I don't know.
Let me be problematic for a minute because I'm not married or in a relationship. Your wife ain't nice to you when she want money?
Well, you're
Thank you.
contractually obligated.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
contractually
you.
obligated. That's something
He
different.
right though. I mean, hey,
You are right. But even if she's not
Hey,
nice,
she's
you
got her
still
own
gotta
money.
come up
She's
off the
got her
money.
own money. It's all good.
So
So does a
She's got her
stripper.
own money.
So does a stripper. So does a stripper.
yeah, but you're not vested in this stripper.
But when you go to her place of work, she has to be nice to you, right?
Right. So that's my
I mean, I
point.
would argue your wife would be too. If you went to her place of work, she would have to be nice to you in front of her coworkers.
Not
Not
everybody.
necessarily.
in front of her boss.
Everybody's wife.
Well, I'm gonna
Not
just say,
necessarily.
for me, I definitely have compared, and really, I've compared in the things of like, yo, I've seen this. Can we at least try to do
That.
some of that? Not necessarily that I expect it to be that way, because by no means do you need to compare me to one of these porn star brothers. You know what I'm saying? These dudes with these, y'all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know how many takes it took to get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, fam. You know, some of this stuff, look, man, I don't put them type of numbers on the board. It's whatever. But there are certain things, acts mostly, that I'm like, yo, I seen this. Let's do that. Let's try that, you know, or take a class. You know, they got stripping classes or pole classes. So yeah, you know, yeah.
Well, if you're like, why don't you just date a stripper then?
Oh, no, that's bike.
Hey, look, if a stripper got it, you know, look, let me just tell y'all, if there is a woman who is in that field, that line of work, they got all the essentials that a brother needs, I'm in there. I don't care.
Still
Hold
fake it.
on. You, Rick, would date a stripper and make her your girl,
Here we go.
you would do that? I'm just asking.
Jimmy
If-
G,
and her job is
is
a
that
stripper.
right?
Y'all do
Was it Jimmy
understand?
G trying to do that?
Y'all do
Okay,
understand
no, it's a
that
porn
not
star.
all like when you say it like
Almost
that,
the same.
this goes back to the you can't make a housewife, right? Kind of conversation. That's what you're
What was that
asking.
word you
And-
picked out?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. Okay, I'm not.
Oh.
offending
They say it
anyone.
around Christmas
Gardening
time.
tool. He was talking about a gardening tool.
Exactly.
There you go.
And
Can't
not
make a wife
all
out of a hoe.
strippers
Oh,
get into all of that. Once again, these ladies got to make their money no way, no different than we do. So, so they use their body. I'm not mad at it.
Well, fuck,
So-
I'm gonna go strip too then. Fuck that. I'm in
You
there.
trying to say you trying to be my dude? I'm confused.
No, I'm just saying in
I'm
general. I'm
confused
trying to
why
get
you
paid.
say in this context. Like,
Catch me on
what?
Chippendales on
Romance.
me.
That's some romance.
All right, I'm confused by
No,
your context of that statement.
never that. Come on, man.
Let the exorcism pull you out of that one. But anyways, all I'm saying is, yeah, man, I'm open to whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I think the lead got buried in this question because
Yeah,
you
you're
said,
right.
"Are we comparing our wives to strippers?" But we didn't define comparing them.
I think most of us say no, though.
I thought we were talking about looks. I didn't think we were talking about.
You're
That's,
talking
that's
about
why I asked the
looks.
question.
No,
What
we
are
are
I
comparing?
left the comparison open. You know what
no,
I'm
we
saying?
were
You're
talking,
talking about looks
about
and
looks, but he took
sexual.
it to another level.
You talking about
You know how
acts
Rick
of
does.
service.
Yeah, you
acts
are.
of service is what he's
Yeah,
talking
you
about.
are.
I mean, I'm sorry.
You gotta
know?
go to Honda for that, dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
look.
Yep, we need a sponsorship, please. Thank you.
Fucking right. All right, moving on to the next one. Bro tips for men. I saw this on Reddit and I was like, this is kind of funny. Some of these were funny, and I'll give you the examples in a minute. But I'm just curious, what kind of bro tips do you guys have from your life that you would give to the homie? One that I saw was never sneeze while shaving. That makes perfect fucking sense. If you this one resonates with me. If you
You
start
can't
dating,
prevent a sneeze from happening, right? It's
you
not
can
like you're
definitely
trying
pull
to
that
sneeze.
razor and throw it.
No,
Um,
this
Sure,
works.
sure.
This
sure.
works. I learned it from cartoons. That works.
That's right. The finger into those.
That works.
If you're starting to date a new girl and you find a bobby pin around your house, even if it's hers, throw it the fuck away. 100%. 100%. If there's a bobby pin, hair, anything, get rid of
Scrunchie.
it. Yeah, 100%. Get all of it. This one, change your drawers daily. I don't know which one of y'all are doing this, where y'all wear them inside out, outside in, backside up.
Nah.
Like,
Grown.
change your drawers.
That's
I could afford to
Definitely
buy
change
new
the
drawers
drawers.
if that's the case. I'll walk right into something.
I will wear none before I do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then this one actually I think is very pertinent, especially speaking to this demographic. Check your balls in the shower at least once a month. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you check out the lumps and anything's hanging differently, anything like that. That's a daily thing, isn't it? Yeah, I mean,
I think so.
check
That's
mine
a daily
It should be a daily thing.
I check mine daily, but I have different reasons. So with those being said, those are your examples, fellas. I need everybody to participate in this one. I'm looking at you, P. What's at least one bro tip that you would give to the homie or your little man? Fuck, it's Father's Day.
Don't fall for if your girl ever says, "Oh, you want to bring another person in?" Don't fall for that. That's a trap.
The whoop-de-whoop.
Yeah, that's a trap, dude. Don't do it. That's a trap. They just all they want to do is they want to know where your mind's at.
That's a very good bro tip.
Don't do it.
That's a very
Yeah, I
good
wouldn't do
bro
that.
Or if
tip.
What if
something
she-
happened
what
to
if
me,
she- what if
would
she
you get
really
with one
wants
of my
to?
friends?
Oh yeah, exactly.
do it, but-
Which one of my friends do you
Don't
think
do
is
it.
cute? Don't answer that question.
Yeah,
They're all battle axes.
Don't answer that question.
They're all battle axes.
They all got issues.
All right, who got next?
I'll go next. I got one for the guys. So
Go ahead.
basically, if you're on a first date situation, and you're out with this chick, my recommendation is do this. So when you guys sit down and the waitress comes and says, "Hey, what kind of drinks can I get you while you look at your food?"
Right.
And she places her drink order, you place yours. As the waitress is walking by, stop her, say, "Hey, do me a favor, bring me 2 shots of Patron, chill on ice." And when she comes back and drinks it, so if the chick drinks it, you're either going to score or you're going to make out, one or the other, for sure. It's never failed on me.
Tried and true. That's tried and true.
If she doesn't drink it, then you at least know like you ain't gonna get none. So or something's not gonna happen. So
Or
that's my
she doesn't-
advice.
Or she doesn't like tequila.
No, if she drinks it, trust me, all bitches like tequila, sir. So they all like that shit and they'll drink it. And if it's chilled on ice,
All
you
women.
don't even
You
feel
want
it.
to say all women?
Let
So,
that ride.
and if she, because when you drink it when it's chilled, you don't even feel it going down, sir. So basically, trust me, if they drink it, you're in. If they don't, I don't know what you're gonna do.
Uncle Luda dropping tidbits. I like it.
What if you happen to have a full-on
Jacob, don't do that, buddy.
Luda.
Don't do it. Ignore
Outrageous.
Uncle Luda for now.
What was your question, P?
So what if you happen to have a full-blown drunk on your hands, Luda? That could go very bad.
If
Probably
she
still
was-
gonna
I
get
mean,
laid,
well,
according to Luda. You probably still
well,
gonna get laid.
You're still gonna
Not
get
necessarily.
it.
Not necessarily.
Well, it just depends how lush you let her get. You're like trying to get her at least tipsy enough to like feel comfortable and be like, oh, and start laughing at all your jokes and shit. You know, be like, you're so funny. Once you got her done like that, you know?
Is that when you know, Luda, or is it when they start
That-
playing with their hair? Like, when do you know that like this is going down?
Oh,
right
as soon as
after
she,
she gets it?
as soon
When
as
she
she
starts
drinks it,
playing
I
with
know.
Johnson.
No, well, she's gonna play with it after I know she drank.
So wait,
You know?
did you do that last night? I mean,
no, I
Friday
didn't
night?
have. Well, you didn't hear the story. I told you the story on that one. She
Don't
started,
tell the story now. You don't you
Like-
put that on. Don't put that on wax.
I'm not gonna put that one on there.
No,
but
no, it's all
just-
good. It's all good. I just
It's,
I'm
it's,
just
a, it's a
checking.
little longer.
I
but
know.
no.
I know what to tell my daughters not to do on the first date if someone offers
Right.
a shot. Like,
See,
don't.
man, you got a tough job. I wouldn't.
Do
My
not
daughters
take
wouldn't
that
go
shot.
nowhere, man. If I had daughters, they'd be like Rapunzel, dude. They would
Yeah.
at 35, I'd unlock them. Until
Yeah,
then,
that would have to be totally flipped to you. Bro, tips for women: don't fall for this, don't fall for that. Nah, that's whack. No, that's not gonna work. Like you would just have a laundry list of shit.
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, I gotta shut it down. I'm telling them, don't fall for that. Don't. Mm-mm.
we
I've
are-
done it all. Don't listen to Dad. He knows.
Uncle Rick's still out here doing it. Kenny Hens, Sleepy Floyd. What do you think?
I would say as a tip to guys in general, man, like sometimes it's easy like to dress down, like and be hella comfortable, but it's always better to overdress than to underdress. You know what I mean? Like it's always easy just to kind of to kind of dress yourself down if you already dressed up. You can't dress yourself up if you ain't like you showing up with shorts and tee. There's no dressing that up. But if you got a button down or something clean, you can always open it up, roll the sleeves up, and make it look more comfortable. There's no going up. There's only going down. I'm sorry. There's no going up. There's only going down. So always like overdress, err on the side of caution.
I mean,
The
I've
older you
heard
get,
that.
the more that actually applies too.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've never tried it. I'm a t-shirt, and I mean it's because every time I try to put it together, that shit just looks weird. I've been compared to Aladdin, with some of my outfits. Like it's
Aladdin.
The Will Smith Aladdin?
I know I was out
The
before.
genie?
I got compared before Will Smith was
Okay.
out, so I was
Damn.
still.
You're the Robin Williams
Oh
version.
my God, yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was bad. I was, I am not fashionable, but I like that. I like that. I've heard good things about that and how that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that might be why.
Like when you go shoot, right? Don't you dress up?
to shoot.
No, he's
Yeah.
just in a t-shirt. I just saw a video of him on the.
Well, I guess
IG.
I'm thinking when you go shoot like a wedding or something, you get dressed up. Right?
It depends. You know
Really?
what? The
Okay.
last time I tried to do that, I had like 3 outfits here, and because the brother's been working out, I can't fit none of them. So I ended up leaving in t-shirt and jeans and some chucks. Went classic.
Hold on. Can I segue real? Do we have outfits?
I do.
Yeah, we have outfits.
Yeah.
I'm just
That's another
asking because I just say my
I got
clothes.
fits.
Yeah, that's another
Well,
thing.
Outfits like what?
Like he said, he had 3 outfits.
I mean, I meant
We-
suits by that.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to clear it up. I just want to know so I can
The
change
way-
my nomenclature.
So now you can have some
the
outfits
way-
too. Jamal. You
my
can
The
go
way
back to
nomenclature.
I'm thinking suits when he's talking that, right?
I'm just
That's what I'm
asking.
thinking. Yeah.
That's what the fuck I
So we
meant.
That's something I would
typically
expect
I
to
get
hear
it, I
from.
get
You go
it.
buy
Hey,
your
Dan.
outfits.
I'm just asking.
You gonna have some matching shoes with your outfits?
Okay.
Look,
alright,
I'm not even clowning. I got a ton of Bruno Mars in my phone. Dude,
Yeah.
so I'm not even clowning. I'm just
Like I
asking.
said, look. For those who don't know, once again, I've said this on this podcast before. If your name is Rick Rob and you say or do anything a little suspect, I don't know. I must be getting on everybody so hard that the moment I do,
We love you,
man,
Rick.
no.
We love you.
That was really
we
a
love
point
you.
of
they on
clarification.
Yeah.
my head. I'm gonna
That-
hear about
that-
this 2-3 weeks.
that
from
was
now.
my-
I'm gonna hear about
Hey,
this
me,
2-3
but
years
we
from
Back
now.
to you. I said I got outfits. I'm with you,
Hey,
dog.
Rick, you
Got
look real
suits.
good in this outfit today. You know?
Yeah.
That's a nice outfit, Rick.
I just try. Look, that's what happens is you try to ask a simple question, and then it gets spun
Hey, don't
out.
let these old heads get you, man. They all dressed down now. Look at
And
Right.
all
sure,
painted
sure.
shirts.
That was
They all-
Nick
they
who
ain't
brought
got
that
no-
up.
we
Nick brought-
we trying to
asked
be
that question.
comfy, though.
All right, Eddie,
The
I'm gonna
guys
let
that
you
you
off the
right.
hook with this one because I'm moving forward. All right, I want to talk about strict parents.
Yeah, I got
since
nothing
Father's
anyway.
Day.
Good
Perfect.
parents.
Strict parents. So I saw this thing the other day, and I want you guys to understand this. I'm going to give it a little context. This is coming from a black male who said this, and I say this because typically when we say strict parents, we think Black daddies and mamas, Latinos, and then white folks. And I'm sorry, no disrespect to anybody, but I'm just saying that's sort of what we see. You know what I'm saying?
Asians
so?
should be strict, dude.
Who
Asian
thinks
family got some strictness to them.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to read this, okay? So this guy starts off by saying, I'm going to break down why having strict parents sets you up for failure in life, okay? Relationships. You don't get to make friends outside of a school environment because you can't go anywhere. And then when you finally do get to an age where you can go out, it's too late because everyone already has their cliques and their friend groups. Career. What you want to do with your life is out of the question. You're going to school to do what they want you to do because money is more important than happiness, which means stress will be 10 times worse because it wasn't even the path you wanted in the first place. Communication. Everybody with strict parents stops trying to communicate at a young age because they don't want to be seen as a burden or hear the words no again. Discipline. When kids with strict parents finally get to go off on their own, they have a harder time knowing when to rein the fun in since they are accustomed to going, or since they aren't accustomed to going out or being able to do what they want when they tend to overdo it, which can lead to serious problems. Moral of the story is rebel. Your parents can either hate you now and get over it, or you can be 60 hating yourself and blaming all your problems on people that are probably dead by then.
I think there's some truth to that. I've had friends that were like had strict, like super strict parents, and that when we went out, balls to the wall. There's no
Right.
running that in.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
levels of strictness though, right? It depends.
Yeah.
Like some parents
Yeah.
will still let you go out, but they're more strict about certain things.
About coming
Around the
home
house or
earlier
whatever.
or some shit, you know.
The one that really resonated to me was the communication, because with strict parents, you can't say shit. And I can tell someone who hasn't had strict parents because they run their mouth, like you say something, blah, blah, like
Right.
some people, you know, and I'm like, dude, because if I'd have said that when as a kid, I wouldn't be alive today. So I think he's really onto something with the communication thing. You like, we're like, I mean, I don't want to argue because there's no reason to argue, especially if whoever you're talking to, let's say your significant other, it has a similar demeanor as, you know, say one of your parents, right? You're like, it's a circular reference trying to argue with them. So you just kind of
Now,
but
let me turn this question to you, sir. Like, do you think your kids are under strict parent
no,
rules?
because I'm not a real black daddy.
So you're not strict about anything?
No, I'm strict, but I have no teeth. I could just get mad, but I can't do nothing about it.
He ain't beating them. He ain't hitting them with
Yeah.
the belt.
No,
But they're
I
not
can't put these
talking.
hands
They're
on
not
them.
talking
Yeah.
back to you, right?
They
They're
they
teenagers.
they pop off at the mouth all the time. They do, and it's I mean it's the way that we agreed how we would rear the kids. We were in a disagreement on how to do it, so I acquiesce because it's there's a certain point there's 2 or 3 lines you want to draw in your relationship. Anything more than that, you're gonna have problems. So that was one I was willing to acquiesce.
And
I don't know.
we should unpack
I
that
do
at
think
some
there's
point.
also, to the opposite side where you're too lenient. Not saying you, Jamal, but I'm saying in general, some parents are too lenient on their kids,
Yeah.
and they're like,
Yeah.
they become just fucking just assholes, right? And they're
Yeah.
just a terrible child at some point.
I got some of that too. Like my kid's sense of entitlement is unreal, but I look the guy in the mirror in the face, and I can only be mad at him.
Because I have a buddy,
Allowed
like,
it.
he gave his son everything. He's a hardworking dude, but now his son's just so lazy, dog. He can't even hold a job. He's like 21. He can't hold a job. His mom's still giving him gas money. And it's just like, bro, like, he's like, and he blames himself as a father. Like, dude, the problem was I gave him too much and I didn't know how to say no at some points. And now this is what I created this.
Yeah,
That's the
A
thing.
lot of
too.
truth.
Balancing act, I think.
yeah. I think
Balance.
Yeah.
Balance.
Yeah, it is a balance.
Thank you, P. Yeah, it is definitely a balance, and it's a balance that is ever changing and ever evolving, right? Because sometimes you're like, yo, I'm about to whoop your ass for this, and then you're like, yo, in my case, he's only 7. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me chill. You know what I'm saying? Whereas that he's only 7 doesn't apply to why you can't take out the trash or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely a balance, and I think in this particular case, going back to the question, yes, I think he should say something. But I don't know. I was gonna say he should say something along the lines of 2 strict parents, but what's too strict? That is also very subjective to the person. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I mean, hey, look, like growing up in the household that I did, which I know he grew up in a very similar household. Yeah, some of that shit definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Luckily, I didn't have too much problem with like friends or communication definitely was a late thing. What was the other one?
Partying, wilding out,
Not the
running.
party.
Career, your career, you wind up.
Oh,
going
the
across-
career. Yeah. you know, hey, look, my parents, just like his parent, or my dad, just like his mom, was in corrections. Nah, there was an early no to that. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not doing that.
But do you think they're how they were to you guys like messed it up for your future?
Well, them working in corrections, like that whole thing in itself made them different people. Like, because then they trusted no one. Everybody was a suspect at that point. Everybody's BSing.
Yeah.
And it translates into, how you rear your kids too. And I don't blame them. Like, if you be around murderers and rapists all day, and then like, you're gonna try to steer your kids clear of jail, by all means necessary. Yeah. And that means being strict or whatever.
Yeah.
By placing fear in them.
Yes.
That's pretty much what it is.
Bro, the first time I got caught stealing food at Food for Less, my dad took me in to go talk. It was Scared Straight. He took me in just like that. And I was like, damn, I ain't stopped stealing. I just got better at it.
Statute of limitations are good. We're good.
Hey, like instead of stealing like 5 candies, I just got one and ate one in the store, like no big deal. But there's something to that. It's always about that balance, man. Hey, and shout out to each one of us, man. I know, our kids are doing phenomenally. Even my man Mick, as he talks about the things that he can and can't do, his boys are still amazing. You know what I'm saying? They are great.
They are great kids.
Yeah, they got
I
good
think there's some
hair.
truth to whatever that guy said that you read or whatever you heard. That's not always across the board either.
No.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like you said, there's a lot of balance that needs to be.
But I just want to say this, and tell me if y'all believe this, because you look at society, the kids today, you can tell they never got their ass whooped.
Hit that mute button.
Right.
Yeah, you can tell that they never got their ass whooped, and they need to get their ass whooped. So, there's got to be that balance, right? Because you see, you know what I mean? Like, you got way too much, everything you were entitled for sure, and that has become a problem in your later years. All right, moving on. We're going to wrap these things up. Our 2 favorite questions from every week. What are you guys listening to this week? Anything? Anybody listening to anything new, old?
10 Cents Podcast.
Hey.
10 Cents Podcast.
All right, I like that. Shout out to that plug.
I went and unplugged, and I'm actually in my 70s funk mode.
Okay.
So I'm, in Spotify. I told you I'm getting my list together.
Yeah.
I went through the 70s funk mode and started, liking a lot of stuff so I can get in my playlist.
Anything in particular that really got you?
That Marvin Gaye After the Party.
Okay.
Ooh, I love that one. I love that one.
Marvin, get it going.
That's a good one.
Everybody knows that one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna name that song. That and "Give It Up" by Marvin Gaye, one of my 2 favorite songs.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to say I got the '80s vibe going after Friday night, being at this '80s bar. So
you got something in your mouth too, or what's happening?
No, I had to change headsets. So
he doesn't have the cord anymore.
All right.
Yeah. I apologize, my friend.
Hate to kill box out your throat. Anyways, all right, cool. My bad. That was disrespectful as fuck.
Kids, man. It's kids.
My bad. Sorry about that one.
That's disrespectful, Rick, for you.
My bad. I have my moments. I'm human. 80s vibe. Any particular, like you Michael Jackson, Prince 80s, or like just 80s period?
Oh, the Mary Jane Girls period.
Oh, okay. that I should have known. My bad. Yeah.
More 70s ish or no?
Yeah.
They were in the 80s, okay?
I like that line. Pete, what about you, man? Anything you out here working hard, brother?
I've just been kind of putting on whatever. You know what? It's been lately a lot of that EDM stuff, and I don't know why.
Pete. There you go.
Just play something.
You back in Parco.
And on Spotify, it'll give you other stuff that's like it, and I just let it go.
And he's out there raving on his own.
I'm like raving while driving down the street in my work truck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see him later days. He'll be out there in the backyard.
Eddie P's out in his backyard, no shirt on, just glow sticks. Just him. Just him.
And a whistle. Terry Crews. Terry Crews.
That's too funny. Kitty Hens, I don't know if we heard from you. What you
I've been listening a little bit of Mac Miller lately, him and Mos Def. So I've been going back in time a little bit. Mos Def, one of his albums was just super fire. The one with like Mathematics and what else was on that album? The Habit. That was actually one of my favorite, Mos Def's album. And then what else was on it? Like something Booty, not Miss Booty, not Miss New Booty. what's
Yeah,
up?
I know what you're talking about, and it's escaping me
Miss
as well.
Fat Booty.
Miss Fat Booty.
Fat Booty, Miss Fat
Yeah.
Booty.
Fat Booty.
Yeah,
Or Umi Says, another fire song.
There you go.
that song stays in my rotation
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
all the time.
And then Mac Miller, I was listening to like the Knock Knock, Dang, like a lot of people sleep on Mac Miller, man. Like
Dang
I think
is a banger.
that dude, he obviously got cut short, but before he got the opportunity like to really blow up,
Yeah.
I mean, we untimely taken, but that dude had crazy talent, right?
He did.
He just didn't get there, but
Yeah,
that
he
dude's
did.
solid.
Shout out to Mac. We got Mac on the wall. Babo? Nothing.
Whatever's on the radio right now, man.
He's
Oh.
like,
Do a lot of
driving,
Disney
so
Plus.
whatever's on the radio.
Despacito. I mean, that's all I was waiting on. It's
It's
like
a Spanish
just
music,
over there, you know.
bro.
Alright. Or the Frozen.
Bro, I was talking
song.
about Bruno Mars. Yeah.
What's he doing? Where you at?
That's too funny.
Oh, you got plans?
Don't say
Oh,
that.
hit it. I'm about to
See?
say hit it. Y'all know what it is. Don't act like y'all don't know. I don't, but y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Let me think. What have I been listening to? I've been listening to I've sort of just been on a random mix too. I keep coming across I love my mix on Apple Music, pay me Apple Music. But anyways, on Apple Music, I usually just let it run like Rick Rob's station, which pretty much just curates a whole bunch of music based off of what I listen to. And every day I get something new. So like honestly, I've came up on 2 new artists that I'm trying to dig more into. If this loads real quick, one of them is Lute, L-U-T-E. He got a song called Life, which is dope. And you know what? There's another guy who a friend of mine told me about a long time ago, and the one song that she played for me, I thought was but the more songs that I've heard, they've been dope. And that's D Smoke. I don't know if you guys know D Smoke.
Yeah, no,
I'm a big D Smoke guy. Like
He's on that show
that Sun
too.
Kiss out. He's only got one album right now, or maybe 2. But that album is super fire. He's got Snoop Dogg on it. He's got a song called Sun Kiss, fire. It's with what's the singer? Not Macy Gray.
Gracie Gray.
No, it's a black singer.
Jill Scott.
Jill Scott's on Sun Kiss. Song's fire.
All right. Well, yeah. Hey, I a couple of songs that I've heard, I'm like, okay, I need to give more of a listen to. And then I sort of came
Black
back
Habits. You probably like that one. Top of the
I'm-
Morning.
I'm gonna tap in, send them to me.
I'll send it to you.
And then I came back to one guy that I found probably about a year ago, and I got on the kick for a minute, but I don't know if he came up with new music or has just been featured on some stuff. But his name is Nick Grant. That dude is talented, super talented. So I mean, this shit. I'm when I listen to rap nowadays, a lot of times, like on a day in and day out basis, I needed to have I need to just have like a chill vibe. That's why Kendrick is like my favorite. It's got to be like on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick Heart Part 3 type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them get in there.
What about Masego? Masego? It's M-A.
Oh man, Masego is a banger too.
Bomb. Yeah, so that's like
He don't
another.
miss. He does
Yeah,
not miss.
y'all ain't tapped in, man. Tap in.
The next one, which I thought about this today. Okay, I'm gonna ask y'all what movie or show this week. But I gotta ask, Bob, you said you just finished season however
Queen of the
whatever,
South.
but it was like 4 seasons. You was like, yo, I just wrapped it up. And he mentioned that last week. How do y'all have all this time to watch these shows?
Hit that mute button.
It's good. When the kids go to bed, I'll watch the show.
So every
And
night you just
a
like
lot of
binging
my-
like that?
A lot of my job, I'm sending programming to a lot of devices. So when I'm sending the programming, I got time to watch some stuff. So
Well, programming.
I try to do that sometimes too.
But he's telling on
Don't
himself right
incriminate
now.
yourself,
Yeah, he's
Bob.
telling on himself right now.
okay, it's okay.
He's a
They know
boss,
what it
man.
is.
He ain't getting in trouble. Gets
Bob
his
went
shit done.
through a show that has 6 seasons, 20 episodes each in 4 days.
Ah,
He was
but
like,
I-
KD,
I've
this is
seen-
bomb.
I've seen the other seasons before. It's just
Oh, okay.
the recent ones is what I've just finished off.
All right. Well, I'm still working on Mayor of Easttown, damn it. I'm on episode 5. I mean, I think there's only 7.
There's only 7. You're close.
Queen of the South was pretty good.
Oh,
It
my
was a
God.
good show.
Yeah.
Y'all are taking forever. What y'all got for this week? Movies or shows?
I watched The Wake. It's on Netflix.
Okay, is that a show or a movie?
No, it's a movie. It's that girl from I only know her from
Oh.
Jane the Virgin, the main character.
Got me.
Yeah. But it's a pretty good movie. It's interesting. Like something happens to the satellite dishes and stuff. And
I think that's Michelle Rodriguez's sister or something, right?
It does look like her. I mean, I saw the same movie, but you know what? I just saw this movie, and I know you guys are gonna probably make fun, but it was actually pretty good. I saw A Star Is Born. I know it's been out a while, but I just saw it.
It's a good movie.
I was actually surprised.
Is that the one where they're singing the whole time?
Fucking Eddie.
Bradley Cooper.
Oh, it's the Bradley Cooper
Bradley
one?
Cooper.
No. Yeah, not doing it.
Lady Gaga.
You gotta watch with your girl. You gotta watch with your girl.
Yeah.
No, I can't. I can't do musicals, y'all. I can't do musicals. I tried to watch
It's not a musical.
It's not a musical, but it's just a lot of singing, and that's actually the third version of that movie.
Yes,
the one before that was Chris Christopherson, and I wouldn't say it was in the 70s or 80s, and then there was the originals like back in the 50s or something like that.
Damn, Kenny.
The original was in 67. The original was in 67.
I'm cultured, man.
You're a Renaissance man, huh?
I'm a Renaissance man.
Okay, excuse me, sir.
Eddie, what you watching?
I would say, what you watching this
I just heard that there's an old movie that I haven't seen in a long time that's out on Netflix right now. Let me give that one a rehash.
Love Jones? For sure. I know, I watched it too.
Love Jones?
Absolutely not.
What movie is it?
Streets of Fire.
Streets of Fire?
Streets of Fire is on Netflix.
Man, that's my
Streets
shit.
of Fire,
I gotta run that one back.
Is that Jean-Claude Van Damme or something?
Nah, man, it's older than him.
That's Emilio Estevez.
No, it ain't him either. The dude that played Green Goblin in the first.
Oh no, my bad. It's St.
Willem Dafoe's in it.
Dafoe.
Diane Lane's in it. This movie was like mid '80s.
This is when
That was when Diane Lane was hot. Then that was when Diane was hot.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I have to tap into that. Kenny, you get a chance to wrap this one up. What you got?
I just started watching Loki on Disney Plus. I'm a Marvel guy, so.
Yeah, I'm still struggling to get through the first episode, but it was good. I just keep doing stuff, and with Marvel, you can't miss.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, are they on episode 2 now?
2.
Yeah,
every Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. It was Wednesday, so I gotta get back to that.
Oh, you know what, too, Rick? Actually, now that you mention it, Justin had me on because he was watching it. My son, Lord of the Rings kick a few days ago. All of them.
Yeah. You liked it?
My Justin did it too.
I've always loved those. I've read the books. That's like my favorite story.
Eddie speaks
Interesting.
Oh, there we go.
Eddie learned to speak Elfish.
Didn't see that. Didn't see that.
Learn to speak Elfish.
The whole time, all we thought you was making music and Ice Cube and throwing hands. Look at you, little.
Hey,
that's right. I love
Frodo,
that
the fucking Mexican cousin over there.
I love that stuff.
No wonder
I love Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones was good.
I didn't see that coming, Eddie P.
Yeah,
This is a sweet shocker.
Yeah.
I love Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Oh yeah, way
there you
back.
go. You had to bring it back. You know what? You've been hard ever since we got on you about your French vanilla. You know what I'm saying? Like Eddie hard enough as soon as we got on.
Matter of fact, I need my coffee right now.
Yeah, you've been acting tough, huh? Then ain't
he's like
Lord of the Rings.
Nah,
little Marvel action. 80s.
Yeah, we found it out about you. I get it. There it is. Let it out. It's all good. You know, safe place. Safe place. All right, and we move on to the fourth quarter. It's bump it or dump it time. I moved some topics around, so we have a plethora. We are not getting through all of these. So let's start in the NBA. Some moves happening, obviously, as we talked about it earlier. This one we're going to talk is in the Mavs front office. Donnie Nelson steps down as the Mavs president of basketball ops, which then is sort of been a domino effect because then Rick Carlisle said, I'm not coming back either. And I hear that they were tied. Those moves, once Rick seen Donnie go, Rick was like, I'm out. So maybe more moves. I don't know. What do y'all think? Bump or dump this one?
Bump it, whatever.
Oh, they dumped it?
Dump it. Yeah, I don't.
Just like the last couple of years with the Cowboys, there's trouble in Big D. There's trouble.
Yeah, I think so.
And they're gonna lose Luka if they don't fix it quick.
They said that Luka don't even get along with Rick Carlisle, so that's probably why
Jim
they got rid
Carrey's
of him.
twin brother.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's twin brother. All right, sticking with the NBA, the next one, Lonzo Ball. He won the Rookie of the Year. Y'all for that or not? You mean LaMelo?
Yes.
I mean, sorry, LaMelo. Excuse me, not Lonzo. Sorry, LaMelo. Thank you.
We know.
That was hands down, man. That was no contest.
That was
You
expected.
think Anthony Edwards?
No contest?
Yeah, I gotta go back and look. I gotta look at Edwards' stats.
I mean, Edwards definitely provided y'all with some wow moments this year, and he did some things, including a 40-point game that was stupendous. So,
and then how many games did LaMelo miss? Did he miss?
He missed
a handful of games.
Very minimal. Very minimal. Enough to get the Rookie of the Year.
I thought it was in the double digits.
Yeah,
It was like 20-something games.
Yeah, it was 20-something games. All right. Well, then another firing that we didn't necessarily expect, or maybe we did. One and done. Stan Van Gundy's out in New Orleans. We alluded to it earlier.
Bump that.
Y'all think that was a good move?
I'm bumping it.
And NBA has passed him by already.
You think so?
His coaching.
I'm dumping it.
Okay. And so you guys, we talked about it, I guess, earlier. They need a players coach out there, right? Do you see that roster making moves? Because I'm going to add this to the mix. I don't know if you guys saw this report, but the report came out that Zion Williamson and his family, which I don't know how that factors in, but Zion Williamson and his family haven't been happy with what New Orleans has done in order to put a team around him, which is kind of crazy because I thought that he was pretty well tapped in with Lonzo and Brandon and Josh, for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Ex-Lakers. But it seems like they're very unhappy. You know what I'm saying?
They want to force him to New York. And I think I think him in New York is good for the league.
Hell no. Tim Thibodeau ruined that dude's knees.
Well, then they get the guy out, they get him out of there. But they need. When's the last time New York had a superstar player?
I was about to say at this point, the New York, the New Jersey,
or you can say Melo. You can say
the New York, Brooklyn Nets are the premier team in New York. How did that happen? When did the Knickerbockers fall so far where the Brooklyn, when the Nets are the premier team in that market? That means something's broken. Something's wrong.
James Dolan.
It is Dolan, and Dolan should have done what the Nets did. Go talk to Jay-Z. Get him. Jay-Z's influential in New York. Yeah. There's no reason why the Nets should ever be better than the Knicks. Whereas, New York is isn't it the mecca of basketball? And the Garden that's supposed to be the place.
It's not the place.
Staples
Center's a place. LA Celtics. No one cares about the
Knicks.
I mean, who cares about the Knicks who's never won a championship?
Yeah, they have.
They've won championships.
Okay, I'm sorry. Who ain't won one in like 50 years?
Nah, it's been less than that. But the point is
Are you sure?
Yeah, 40.
Are you sure?
New York is supposed to be
20 years
the
takes us to
center
2000,
of the universe.
and another 20 years takes us to the 80s.
They are not the center of the universe either in any of their sports right now. In any of their sports, actually. The Yankees are taking a shit. The Giants have taken a shit since like late 2000s. And then now the Knicks. I mean, they're not even relevant.
But
they're not even relevant.
That's with every dynasty. I mean, you're only going to get so many years out of everybody, and eventually it dies down, sir.
Not true. The Lakers are always relevant.
There was
outside Kobe,
there was a couple years
the season that Kobe didn't play because he was hurt. The Lakers are always relevant.
The seasons when Kobe was gone and LeBron wasn't there, we were not relevant.
Thank you, Renee.
Yeah, but okay, you're right. You guys are right. But in those places like in LA, we don't.
But we bounce back faster than the Knicks have.
It may take a couple years, but we reload. Yeah. Whereas New York feels like they've been rebuilding.
It's been over a decade.
20 years, I just told you.
No, but they were relevant when Melo was there. When Melo was there, they were relevant.
They made the playoffs once, I think.
When Phil Jackson was there, they were relevant. They are.
We had a Linsanity spat, right? We had Linsanity when New York was, with the Linsanity thing. But
Linsanity was
a joke.
Yeah, seriously, you're not gonna bring up Linsanity when it only lasts like.
I'm not. I'm just saying from a relative relevance. The league is better to me when the Knicks are good. Yeah, and when the Celtics are good.
I would agree with that. I mean, I do like to see though all of the talent that has been spread around, and New York just needs that guy. Julius Randle is not it, and neither is what's his face, the draft.
RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett. Yeah, no, he's not that guy either. All right, moving forward, boxing.
Anderson Silva.
That's a stare down. And go. The 5-minute stare down between Wilder and Fury. Y'all didn't see what I did there? All right, whatever. They traded some bars and had a 5-minute stare down to hype up their fight. Did that make y'all feel like you want to watch this fight anymore?
No, it made me turn TV off. I'm not saying no man in his eyes for 5 minutes.
Y'all almost quit the damn podcast, and I just stared at you for 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Imagine.
That shit creeped you out.
Exactly.
No, I was waiting for them to kiss. You know?
Yeah,
I'm just saying I can't stand no man.
Didn't Fury lick the blood off of his freaking neck or something during the fight?
Tried to.
Oh, he did last fight.
Yeah, something like that.
Because he said he was going to taste blood, and that's why he did it.
Is this like kind of where boxing is at, where we have to resort to WWE tactics in order to get some hype?
Well, it has to.
People are gonna watch that fight. I don't know why they got.
Yeah, and it has to when you have a YouTuber making double what they make on a fight. You know,
he don't make more than them.
Well, he pretty much damn well close.
But
there's
I
other
know if
fights
it's a WD tactic, Rick loved it.
There's other fights out there on the
I
horizon.
didn't like that. 5 minutes there.
There was no bad. There was no bad bunny.
Which one's Ed?
Well, last night, I think it was Jermell Charlo fought.
Oh, okay.
And he's been wanting some of Canelo. He fought
My stepbrother.
some guy Montiel. No, that your twin brother is who's the guy that fought Pacquiao? Palm Springs.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. You're talking about
Tim Bradley.
Tim Bradley.
That's Jamal's twin. Anyway, yeah, I'm not too hyped up about this heavyweight match. That's why it's getting a lot of hype, because it's the heavyweights and they're they're always the limelight. But I don't see Wilder winning. He can if he lands one punch, but that's all he has. I think it's going to be the same thing as the last fight. Fury, working him over a little bit, and then
Wilder gets knocked out.
Maybe finishing him off, maybe not. I don't know. But if Wilder does land his one shot, he might win. Other than that, I'm not too hyped up about this. I'd rather see Charlo, who's starting to talk about Canelo, fight Canelo. But who knows if that's going to happen, because I don't know if Canelo's going to come back down to middleweight. And from what I read this morning, the way Charlo looked, I heard he won, but was struggling with some nobody. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, see, I think boxing definitely needs some more marquee matchups. They need to get together. They need to have a powwow, and they say, look, this is how we're going to revive this and keep this thing going. Like, we don't need to resort to weird 5-minute stare downs. Just have top tier matches and everybody show up. I'm gonna be honest with you. What
you need a pipeline for that though, Rick. Like, you just can't will that into the existence. Like the pipeline for boxing is not nearly as robust as the pipeline for MMA at this point.
I mean, you're right.
But we need an American heavyweight too. We need a
you need to create a pipeline for it though. Like,
but okay, I agree.
And where are these guys going to come from?
I don't know anything about
material. You can't will them into existence.
Right, but what I'm saying is, there's how many people are in the U.S.? 370 million?
332 million.
There's not one tough guy at the heavyweight division for us. There's got to be, or I don't understand it.
I don't understand. Wilder a heavyweight?
Wilder was the champ, right?
Yeah, he's a U.S. champ.
From Bronx.
Right, but I'm talking a guy like, I mean, there's not going to be, there may or may not be another Mike Tyson, but isn't there a Mike Tyson light out there somewhere? There isn't.
You know what, Mick, I agree with you, sir. And I actually agree with Mick. I think there's one in almost every category, but and a lot of it could be politics. A lot of guys don't get the opportunity as others to come out and show their shit, and they know they're out there, So Mick, I'm with you, brother. There is somebody out there.
Well, there's a good fight next week. Gervonta Davis is fighting Mario Barrios.
Oh yeah, Mario. Yeah.
I was looking
That's
forward to
next
that.
week.
And then Pacquiao and Spence is that next
Oh
month?
yeah, Spence is fighting next month too, I think.
But I mean, when is Spence gonna fight? What's his name?
Pacquiao.
No, the other guy.
Crawford. Hopefully after this.
Like, we want to see fights like those.
Hey, he's
like, don't hide those fights.
He's not gonna fight him. Why? Pacquiao's gonna knock out Spence.
Oh,
you heard it here first. Pacquiao knocks out Spence.
8th
or 9th round. 8th or 9th round. I'm calling
it. He's capable of doing it.
Real quick, and then we're moving on to the next one. For those who didn't know, Anderson Silva beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. last night.
Oh, I can't believe you brought that up.
I did not see that.
I'm just saying, this is where boxing's at. Okay.
Why are you talking shit about Mexican?
I'm just not letting. He lost. Anyways.
He sucks. How about that?
Yeah.
Hey, last one. We didn't get a chance to talk
Devin
soccer.
Booker's Mexican?
What?
Devin Booker's part Mexican?
No wonder you're my favorite player now. That's it. He's Mexican. Run it.
Fuck it. I'm here for it. We didn't get a chance to talk soccer this week. We're going to talk more next week. We're tapping into Copa America, Luda. Don't say nothing. And, we're obviously still watching Euro. But this week, this one's regarding U.S. soccer. They revealed new kits that we'll never see on the big stage. Are you guys here for this or not?
I'm dumping it until we become relevant.
I'm here for the women's.
Shout out to the ladies, though.
I'm here for the women's, dog. That's it.
Shout out to the ladies. Y'all look amazing. Keep doing y'all thing. We represent. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate
y'all win.
Y'all.
We love winners.
God, yeah.
We love winners.
Yeah.
Winners.
Hey, and on that note, we are wrapping this one up. Time for final word, real quick, which I indoctrinated myself into that, or I put myself in that. Honestly, it's very simple. My final word is simply this: love and peace and respect to all. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on, man. We talked about the stuff that was going on with some family on our podcast. Obviously, my guy Mick came out here to show love this week for the birthday. So we had Juneteenth yesterday, which I don't know if you guys tapped in or not. It's a federal holiday, so I bet you'll be tapping in from here on out. Love and respect. Take care of each other. Salute each other. Give each other flowers. Check in on each other. That's really it. I just wanted to salute all you kings out here for doing y'all thing, man. You know what I'm saying? That we know about, and then also the stuff that's underneath. We appreciate y'all for real. Luda, we love you. Renee, I see you. I don't know what y'all doing, but it was whatever.
He got a Kings jersey on.
Yeah.
Salute you, Kings.
The Kings.
And I had to put my crown on. You know what I mean?
I see what y'all did there.
Yeah.
All right. But that's really it, man. I just really wanted to take the pressure off y'all and just simply leave it at that. So with that being said, thank you very much for another wonderful freaking podcast. We got to wrap it up. It's 10:45 here in Arizona, and it's Father's Day. It's time for us to go lounge. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, y'all enjoy the day. Enjoy your week. We'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, 10 Cents Podcast. You know how we do when we do what we what, Lou?
Dude,
there we go. All right, happy Father's Day, y'all.